It's the Bob and Tom Show.
You love his plain speaking, straight shooting, no nonsense approach to solving callers' problems. You tune in to his nationally syndicated talk show every day to hear the wise insight and savvy advice he gives to his callers.
You see, caller, what you got there is a can opener. You use it to open cans.
A can opener? Huh. I never made the connection. Thanks, Mr. Obvious. You're a lifesaver.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for, caller.
He's Mr. Obvious, America's favorite answer man. There's not a situation that he can't handle with his sage-like wisdom and his quick-draw wit.
Well, waste not, want not, caller.
And now, Bob and Tom Productions is proud to present a side of Mr. Obvious you never heard before.
Ah, I hit my head. Damn, that's smart. Was my mic on?
Now you can hear for the first time the Mr. Obvious that the censors didn't want you to hear. It's Mr. Obvious, too hot for radio. Mr. Obvious, too hot for radio. We can't even play it for you in this commercial. It's just too hot.
So, Mr. Obvious, I can't figure out why it's not working.
Oh, well, I can tell you why it's not working.
Oh yeah? Why is that?
It's because you're a stupid idiot. That's why it's not working, you dumb.
Cut. John, you can't say that on the air.
Look, I'm sorry, but what the this dip doesn't even know how to operate his toaster? Come on, Bill. Don't we have anyone screening these damn calls?
All right. Settle down, John.
Don't settle down, John. Me. And where the are those pictures I was supposed to see? Get down on the phone. If I don't get those pictures in here by 2 o'clock, I'm going to walk off this mother. You hear me, Bill? Hey, I'm not you. I've got money. You know what that means, Bill? That means I've got enough money that I can say you, Bill. Now give me some decent callers on the phone. These calls are ponderous, man. Ponderous.
All right, John, we'll take care of it.
And where's my orange smoothie? Damn it! I asked for a damn orange smoothie like 20 minutes ago.
Mr. Obvious, raw, uncut, uncensored.
So you see my point, caller?
But no, I don't, Mr. Obvious. That's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I'm sorry, wait a minute. What did you say, you piece of
You heard me.
Look, we've got caller ID. I'm going to have a couple of my gorillas down there getting medieval on your ass. How do you like that, Mr. Tuffy? Huh? I'll make you think stupidest thing you ever heard. I'll be watching from my yacht while the cops are fishing your bloated carcass out of the river next week, pal.
Hey, look, take it easy, Mr. Obvious. I was just kidding.
Oh, yeah, just kidding, huh? Sounds like you just made the connection, right? You just made the connection, didn't you, mother? Huh?
To order Mr. Obvious too hot for radio, call 1-800-EAT. That's 1-800-EAT.
And so, Mr. Obvious, that was the last time I ever saw her alive.
Oh, I'm sorry, caller. You've obviously mistaken me for someone who gives a
Don't be a moron. Order your tapes today. Holy.
Hey! Oh, that Mr. Obvious. We're back at it. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Hello there. Hey, Tom.
Hello there.
Hey, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hello, Joshua.
Hey, Chick.
Hello there.
Hey, Cosby. Chick. Yep, we're here live. Still chugging right along.
Big news today.
Really?
Oh.
Huge news. Giant news.
I'll get to the thing I just noticed in a second. But the other news is the Ace Cosby joke of the day is now officially sponsored.
Oh, is it really?
Can you believe it?
What's my cut?
Oh, it's massive. We'll get to the Steven Singer, the I Hate Steven Singer Ace Cosby joke of the day coming up.
All right.
We have a Godwin now. I can see.
The
I bet.
fresh pink-faced Godwin.
Oh, why?
I can't get the lighting right in here.
No, it's a healthy, ruddy look.
A rosy glow.
A rosy hue.
Yes.
Yes, the hue. Yes. Okay, Josh, I just noticed that you shaved off your beard.
Yeah.
Or at least most of it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I really trimmed it down.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Chunked it down.
I was playing with my face too much. I went, you know what? I got to get rid of this thing.
Why don't you let me play with your face sometimes?
So, wait a minute. So
Don't be so self-centered.
So your point is you're going to play with your face less if the beard is gone.
Yeah, I'm not going to stroke my beard as much.
Have you considered shaving your pubes for the same reason?
That's a fine joke.
That is really, yeah.
Sure. Did your mother encourage that when you were in the
So what do you think
11th
of
grade?
it? This is the first I've seen you, so I didn't.
Yeah, so we got the new glasses, and it's kind of a...
It's a really throwing Tom.
It's a pretty heavy 5 o'clock shadow, so...
Yeah. I prefer the beard.
I did that a couple weeks ago, but not that short, close to that short, but...
Yeah, I prefer the beard, but, you know.
Okay, all right.
In these times, well, you know.
Remember when I was growing mine out over this winter? And I did this a lot, like you cup it in your hand.
And I was doing that a ton.
It does make you think and rub your face.
Yeah, well, that's a good
look
point.
out and stare, 1,000-yard stare into a field.
Just wondering if you just walked out there into traffic.
Every decision
Review
you ever
and
made.
everything.
Okay.
Walk out into what's left of traffic. That's right. Oh.
I have a real quick question. I didn't see any television except for one thing over the weekend.
Oh, what'd you watch?
I walked in and the Rolling Stones were on that benefit concert.
Yeah.
In their own?
Then they appeared to all be at their own houses.
Yes.
But Charlie Watts didn't appear to have any drums.
No, he was air drumming.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was air drumming.
What does that mean?
I don't know. But Mick Jagger
there
can
was still
still
a
rock.
drum sound, but he was air drumming.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
He was participating.
Maybe he doesn't own his own kit.
You would think.
You know how hard
I noticed he was sitting in a room full of LPs, vinyl, because he's a huge jazz guy.
You know how hard it is to mic a set of drums, right?
Maybe he said if he couldn't get it perfect, he didn't want to do it.
Were the Stones then were playing to a track, apparently.
Probably.
I noticed that...
Mick was playing a guitar. I saw that.
I know Ronnie Wood was...
Mick looked amazing.
Yeah, he did.
Ronnie Wood was killing it. Keith looked like he couldn't decide how to hold the guitar there most of the time. I'm not sure he was plugged in either, but did you see it, Pat?
I did indeed, yeah.
So
I liked it.
They were obviously playing to a track because Charlie Watts was just flailing around in the air with a couple of sticks.
Charlie Watts didn't play on that original version of You Can't Always Get What You Want To. Jimmy Miller did, so it may be a protest for all I know.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
He's a rather prickly guy.
There's no better time to stage your own protest than during a virus fundraiser. I think that's...
especially about a song that was recorded 50 years ago.
Yeah. Still carrying it around with him.
Let's hang on to that, shall we?
That's good. Hey, let it go, Charlie.
Okay.
Maybe listen to the lyrics of the song.
You can't always get
what
What
you
you
want.
want, yeah.
But you get what you need.
Yeah, but that was great. I thought Mick killed it. So, I don't know. Maybe it's a problem with delay or something in the circuitry of the whole business. Who knows? I suppose we could get a drummer in here, Pat, and you could play your songs. And
I could do a little Stone song. I think with the percussion, it might come back to being a delay, but...
What Stone song are you going to do?
The one they did. Want to hear it right now?
Sure.
Okay. All right. I want to say hi to Gardner Minshew out there. I went down to the CVS drugstore to get my hair dye and some little blue pills. Back at the house alone was my son Jimmy. Oh, and man, he's none too thrilled. He asked me to take him to Sky Zone and his favorite restaurant, Lobster Red. I said, Jimmy, we're not allowed to be around people. All right. How about a cheap PB&J instead? I said to him, you can't always go where you want. All right, you can't always go where you want. And if you try sometime, you just might find COVID-19.
Tribute to the Stones.
Nicely done, Patrick.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
Oh, welcome. I didn't see any of the rest of that show. Did they intro the song, or did they just cut to them and they went right to it?
I don't know. I did not watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
I loved it. Mick kind of said, "Are you guys ready?" Keith was low key. He did the harmony below. Ronnie Wood just killed it. And Charlie was kind of having fun doing the air drums. It made no sense, but it was really good.
I heard an organ or a piano in there too.
Yeah, I think they did. They had some backing tracks. The organ came in. Yeah.
So, but hey, whatever. The Stones doing their part. It's pretty cool. Checking out Mick's house.
Yeah.
And Charlie was in his jazz man cave. A big weekend for you, Chick?
Wrapped up Last Tango in Halifax. I want to tell everybody that.
Yeah, how was it?
With Nicola Walker and Sarah Lancaster.
Sure.
We're waiting for season 5. We can't wait.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got her all wrapped up. Yeah.
He and the dogs?
Yeah.
And the rest of the Halifaxers?
Yes, and that's what we call us. Halifaxers. A bunch of.
What is the show about?
It's about this older couple who find love late in life.
Certainly.
Yes, no, very, very precious. Derek Jacobi.
Oh boy, yeah, you've read it.
He's on it. It's a wonderful little show.
And Halifax is in Canada, right?
No, it's another Halifax. This one's in England. Yeah, yeah. That's a confusing part of it, Tom. You don't need to watch it.
Yeah,
You're
I'm not that far.
Did you
down
watch? You
in
find anything
desperation.
new to watch? Have you finished Tiger King yet?
I didn't watch anything except for the Stones.
Yeah.
Nothing.
So you're still in the middle of Tiger King?
I think I've watched 3 episodes and slept through about half of the ones I've watched.
He's not
so
good at it.
I kind of get what's going on, and I guess the story just gets sadder. I do have our Tiger. Do we have any Tiger King updates?
No, I don't have any today.
Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King.
I will tell you that Tiger King has now entered the world of the New York Times crossword puzzle.
No kidding.
No.
Already?
Take long.
Blank Exotic or something?
I think it was Blank King.
Oh, okay.
Pretty easy.
Not Lion King, huh?
It could have been. Do you know that?
That's 4 letters.
I know, but I'm just.
I thought Greg Warren was kidding us when he was here last time. He said he had a podcast about crossword puzzles.
Oh no, it's out.
He has a podcast about. It's called One Down, and they talk about the New York Times crossword puzzle. Tom, they should have you as a guest. And
I'm penciled in.
It's yeah.
No, we have this.
Now, what did you get for 4 across? They'll say. And
we have this intro to Greg just a couple of weeks ago. Oh, is Greg Warren coming in today?
Oh, come on! What a jerk!
That was pretty mean, I think.
really escalated.
As I mentioned, the Ace Cosby joke of the day is now brought to you by Steven Singer. I hate Steven Singer. You know what that means? You know what else I hate? I hate everything that's happening in the world right now.
It's like He Hate Me in the XFL. All the other jewelry stores hate Steven Singer.
Can you imagine how wonderful it would be for your significant other to get some jewelry unexpectedly from Steven Singer right now? That
just
would
around
be
the corner,
so
we got
nice.
you got your Mother's Day.
Yeah, but just
coming up. Yeah, that would be a good idea. A lot of people.
A coronavirus gift.
Well, I'm not sure I would put that on the card.
Well, I wouldn't want to be quarantined with anyone but you.
There you go. Roses are red, violets are blue. I wouldn't want to be quarantined with anyone but you. Thank you very much.
That's adorable.
Steven Singer wants to say, our hearts break for those that have lost loved ones and those that are ill, struggling small businesses and everybody affected by this. Normally, Steven Singer is in the love business and the happiness business, and this is the time we would announce his new rose color for Mother's Day, but this year is different. We are announcing a brand new I Love You 24-karat dipped rose. It's a beautiful pink blush color that hopefully will brighten your loved one's day. Stephen wants to put a little love in everybody's day, so he's using a portion of every rose sold to support local restaurants by purchasing catering for all the incredible nurses, doctors, first responders, and hospital workers. You can purchase an I Love You rose, and you know you're sending love to moms in your life while supporting local restaurants and thanking essential workers. If you're looking to celebrate someone, simply say I love you or honor mom on Mother's Day. Steven Singer. Shipping is fast and safely as it can be done. Steven treats his customers and his family is here for you. Right now, go to IHateStevenSinger.com for free and touchless delivery and include a free personalized message of love. That's IHateStevenSinger.com. Proud to sponsor the Ace Cosby joke of the day. How far away is Mother's Day?
That's May The second weekend in May.
So you got plenty of time, but this would be nice to get. Yeah, but I agree with you, Christy. Roses are red, violets are blue. There's no one I'd rather be quarantined with than you. That's the poem. I think you nailed
May 10th.
that. Okay, Chick, the teaser in sports.
Wayne Gretzky, we'll hear from him in the state of the NHL because they don't have a commissioner. Well, they do, but it's Gary Bettman, and he's often mistaken for being absent. We had a couple of virtual races yesterday. Italian soccer's giving up their paychecks. And skateboarders are upset in San Clemente.
Ooh. Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the Dick Nixon skate park?
That's right. One of those runs shaped like his nose.
Pat, grab your board. We're going to go sidewalk surfing.
That's right.
Okay.
Henry, skate with me.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison with you on a Monday. It is April 20th, 2020, 420. Get it? 420. Stoner's holiday, everybody. Unless you're staying at home and can't get out to the pot shops. Stay at home. Have no fun. April 20th, everybody. We're here live on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Organizers of Saturday's One World Together at Home special say nearly $128 million raised to fight the coronavirus outbreak. Most of the money came from corporate sponsors lined up before the special. It was intended as a message of support for medical personnel and essential workers, and a pick-me-up for those quarantined at home. Lady Gaga, who curated the special, opened with a peppy version of the Charlie Chaplin song Smile. The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Keith Urban, Casey Musgraves, Taylor Swift, Eddie Vedder, Billy Joe Armstrong, Lizzo, John Legend, and Sam Smith, with Billie Eilish with Phineas were among the other performers. Beyonce, a surprise guest, who spoke about how the virus is affecting the black community. Idris Elba said he and his wife had their lives turned around after contracting the coronavirus. The actor says getting COVID-19 was definitely scary, unsettling, and nervous. The British-born movie and TV star tells the Associated Press his diagnosis led to a complete upheaval of his life, even though his symptoms were mild, as are most cases of the disease. Elba says the pandemic is a reminder that, quote, the world doesn't tick on your time. Now that Elba and his wife are over the disease, they're working with the UN to lessen the effects of COVID-19 on farmers and food producers in rural areas. And the coronavirus pandemic turned out to be a stroke of good fortune for a New York man who lost his wedding ring 3 years ago. The man and his wife dining at Coconuts restaurant in Fort Lauderdale when the ring slipped off his finger and through the restaurant's wooden floorboard, seemingly lost forever to the tide. Restaurant manager decided to replace the patio deck recently since the eatery is doing only takeout during the pandemic. As the work was being done, Ryan Krivoy found a gold coin, $100 bills, and a silver wedding ring with the inscription, Mike and Lisa, 8/21/15. The restaurant posted the image online, and after being shared about 5,000 times, the man's wife called to reclaim the ring. The Sun-Sentinel newspaper reports she texted photos of the couple at the eatery, and the ring was returned. Meanwhile, the money, including the value of the gold coin, split amongst the restaurant workers. That's good news. That's a look at your entertainment news. I'm Mark Allison. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What was it, Christy? Food play?
I call it food play.
Temperature
play, yeah.
Again, so what people want to think they're having interpersonal relations with a corpse?
Your nipples?
Your body is sensitive to hot and cold. It doesn't.
Oh, we've covered a lot of ground there.
Well, we have sex, more of it in the news coming up.
Tom not having it.
Yeah.
Man, loosen up.
I dated a girl that always had ice up in there. Always. Yeah, our relationship was on the rocks.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
When you've had too much to drink, there's certain things to keep in mind. Like if you find your hands and underarms are bleeding, your beer bottle might not have a twist-off cap. And don't ever go home with a woman they call Moose or Vince. And never bet that you can fit your head inside a glove compartment. Get drunk with dignity. Keep in mind that just because a bulldog licks your face, it's not necessary to lick him back. Stay away from drinks with names like brain seizure or hippo laxative. Get drunk with dignity. If a bar has human ears nailed to the walls, don't...
620 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee's in the next room behind the glass, and she has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny today with a high of 64. Partly cloudy tonight down to 40. And partly cloudy and 54 on Tuesday. Right now we have clear skies, 40 degrees.
Pretty good-looking weekend.
Yeah, it was nice.
Can't complain about that. Coming up later on this morning, we're going to do a special thing in which we're going to allow you to help us help a bunch of these essential workers who are helping with all the people with coronavirus at the various medical facilities in town. We're going to match your donations and buy a bunch of meals courtesy of Hughes Culinary and Citizen State Bank. I'll be giving you the details when we get it completely organized, but it's a pretty simple idea. You donate one, we donate one. So we're happy to write a check, too. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'll give you the details as to when that's going to start. And thanks to Hughes Culinary, the St. Elmo's Harry and his... Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We are...
How about you?
Today, could I just have a break from that? Let's see. Ace Cosby is our engineer, the proprietor of the I Hate Steven Singer Ace Cosby joke of the day. See, across the way, it's Chick McGee.
Hey there.
The semi-shorn. Josh, did you cut your hair too, or just just the beard?
Yes.
You trimmed it back, though. It's about a 1/16 of an inch long.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
it's the Don Johnson look, right?
It's more than 5 o'clock shadow. I guess you could say Don Johnson.
Yeah.
Let's see. Christy Lee is in the next room, and then
at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Thank you. And then comically enough, I can see Pat Godwin's hat bobbing around, but there's a
big.
He looks good.
Giant. There you go. I can see it now. There's a giant electronic.
I don't see anything wrong at all.
In front of that. That's pretty humorous. Wow. That's very funny. Now, are we feeding the show out on the YouTube this morning?
Yes. Hey, speaking of weird and odd and strange and humorous, Josh, you'll find this especially interesting.
Yes.
Jose Canseco.
Sure, yeah, one of the Bash brothers.
Yes, he tweeted out yesterday. This is his tweet, word for word. I'm not embellishing. Here we go. Can Bigfoot or aliens get coronavirus? Question mark.
Fair question.
I need to know because I have had contact with them.
Ooh. Okay.
Really?
It's most concerning for alien. I mean, if you remember the ending of War of the Worlds, it was just a mere virus that took out the invaders. So,
exactly right.
That's of import.
But when Mars attacks, they...
Oh, yeah.
The Martians kicked ass in Mars Attack.
Right, no, it was Buck Owens, or who was it that...
Act Naturally, or something. The song made their heads explode? Yeah, something like that.
The yodeling made their heads explode.
Oh, Slim Whitman.
Slim Whitman's
yodel made their head explode. That's right. Sorry, Buck Owens.
So who was this guy? Which guy? Jose Canseco?
Jose Canseco, former Oakland A.
He's also the gentleman who, remember, for a fee, he was going on some sort of
Bigfoot hunt.
Yeah.
Alien hunt.
Oh, that's
You could go with him.
Go with him on an alien hunt. He was sitting at his kitchen table one day, cleaning his gun, shot his finger off.
Jose's had a colorful post-career.
Yeah, you remember Jose.
Yeah.
He still works out like a maniac.
This says he was going to take people on an expedition, quote, tracking Bigfoot, $5,000 per person.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like they were successful. He's had contact with Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Did anybody sign up for that?
Apparently. I'd rather get Bigfoot and hunt Jose Canseco.
Hey, wait a minute. Now I think you might have something there.
Could be, who knows? Wow, he's such a goofball. Leave it to him to do something entertaining, at least.
He's an
Well,
odd
man,
guy,
Ian McGuire had put on quite the show in Oakland there for years.
Oh, yeah. Home run. Remember the Bash Brothers? Remember that? That's what they called them. Yeah.
The artificially enhanced big biceps.
That was sort of McGuire's skinny days. Yeah, but he eventually...
skinnier. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So there you go.
Okay.
What do you think, Tom? Can the aliens get it? Can Bigfoot get it?
I hope so. Maybe they'll get rid of it and take it away when they go back to Mars.
If you were writing a movie, is that how we get rid of it? Load the aliens up with it, and, shoot, and they leave and take it into.
I watched a 2-hour documentary over the weekend called Loch Ness: New Evidence. Oh my gosh, it's very compelling.
Tied to the chair, were you?
Oh no, I loved it. Loved every second of it.
Man, really? That sounds exciting.
Yeah, they did not find. What they did was they tested the water for DNA, Tom.
Yeah.
This is all very scientific.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not find any plesiosaur DNA. However, they did find 25 strands of DNA that could not be identified.
Oh!
So who's to say?
Who's to say? We don't know what it is.
I'd recommend checking the local high school.
Are you saying it might be ejaculate? Is
Yes,
that what you're saying?
I'm saying.
Coney Island whitefish.
Yeah.
On the shores of Loch.
The local teens.
They're in Inverness.
They finish in the loch.
Don't buy into Loch Ness, sorry.
From the NHL, Wayne Gretzky is optimistic that the league will be able to resume at some point this summer.
Oh, okay.
He told reporters yesterday that he's hopeful hockey and the other sports will be able to come back from the virus and serve as a sign that conditions are improving. He says he believes leaders in the United States and a dreamy man in Canada will find a way to bring back hockey and other sports. He says maybe June, July, or August. Certainly by August, he says. So there you go.
That's really pinpointing it.
Yeah.
June, July, or August.
Well, sometime this summer. What do you want? August 19th?
More speculation.
That's what you want. August 19th.
That's a non-story.
I feel, but some days these guys are just getting asked, and they say, "What do you want? Maybe June, maybe August."
Yeah, what do you want?
What the hell do I know?
Not September though. It'll be October or June.
No, September's right out.
Look, Wayno, there's nothing. Oh, and to prove there's nothing going on in sports, William Byron, they call him the Lord.
If they don't,
no, they don't. Won his second consecutive NASCAR virtual race by holding off Timmy Hill in a drama-free event.
Oh, I'll bet it was drama-free.
At the virtual Richmond Raceway, the most excitement came when Matt DiBenedetto parked for intentionally crashing Ryan Preece, and the two then engaged in a Twitter fight.
Oh, boy.
This is where we are.
Is Timmy Hill a grown man?
Yes.
Time to go with Tim. Timmy.
Yeah. Call me Timmy. Yeah, even Stevie Wonder went with. No, he's still Stevie Wonder. Well, little Stevie Wonder.
He dropped the little.
He stopped the lil.
But most of the lil is out there. They've tended to keep that.
Oh, and Charles Leclerc, who.
He's the clerk.
His great-great-grandfather was on Hogan's Heroes. Won his.
LeBeau.
Huh?
It was LeBeau.
Oh, never mind. His second straight Formula One virtual Grand Prix.
Oh.
Taking the Chinese Grand Prix from the pole position. Oh, yeah, we probably shouldn't run a Grand Prix in China right now, don't you think?
Probably.
And players and coaches for Italian soccer team Roma, the home of the tomatoes, have they've waived their salary for 4 months following the March shutdown due to the virus. The English Premier League club Brighton has been converted into the South Coast's biggest drive-in virus testing center. So soccer doing what they can.
Okay.
And a popular skate park in California has been filled with sand to stop skaters who are ignoring the state's stay-at-home order.
That'll do it.
Yep.
Anybody who's ever skateboarded, if you hit a patch of sand.
Wow.
How are they ever going to get it out?
A giant sucking machine.
San Clemente.
Oh, God.
How long would it take a Roomba to get all that sand out?
A long time.
Geez, impossible, yeah. 10,000 years.
Well, goodbye skateboarding. Hello, monster trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. San Clemente shut down all its parks and facilities on April 1st, but skaters have been ignoring the no trespassing signs.
Ne'er-do-wells.
At Ralph's Skate Court.
Ralph's?
Ralph's.
Is it sponsored by the grocery store chain, do you think?
It might be. I don't know. City officials told the San Clemente Times that they have since filled the skate park with 37 tons of sand.
They couldn't put up a fence?
Well, they kept they paid it no mind.
Chick, I honestly, I thought they just sprinkled the ground because a little bit of sand will stop it.
No. They filled it up to the.
Holy cow!
There's
up to the brim.
There's no where to go now.
God.
But the cats are in the neighborhood are very happy.
They love it. They love it.
Yeah.
God.
I hadn't considered that.
Little Tootsie Rolls, leaving those behind.
Oh, boy, they're thrilled. Yeah.
Nature's
Toddlers
Tootsie
can't
Roll.
go play in the sand.
No.
That's a shame.
Do you ever have a sandbox outside for the kids? And the neighborhood cats, you go out there and all of a sudden, oh my God, what's going on here?
Yeah, I knew we should have got the turtle one that closed.
With the lid on it.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
Put the shell over it. Yeah.
Little turtles. God, that's great. Wow. But yeah, skateboarders aren't known for being real big on following rules.
No, they don't care for the authority. Thumb their noses at it.
Yeah, they do.
Evidently.
Wow.
It's their way of life, man.
Seems like an odd choice.
You ever been on a
Filling it with
skateboard?
sand.
What would you fill it with?
I would just put a fence up.
But they're skateboarders. They're going to jump a fence.
Yeah, they're going to get in.
Not if it's heavy barbed wire.
Yeah, that's true.
Well.
That'd be more fun, actually, to watch them attempt to jump over it or climb. Yeah.
All you need is a ladder and a piece of carpet. And
Slit their wrists.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Good Lord.
I mean, when this is over, how are they going to get that? That's going to be
it's going to be a mess.
You'll have to do it with little tiny shovels. It'll be like an archaeological dig.
Could be fun. Maybe we'll find the skeleton of a Tony Hawk.
Oh,
A
maybe
sore.
you think a skater was down there? Maybe some DNA from a Tony Hawk Ceratops?
Tony's 51 now.
Yeah, he's still getting it.
He's still amazing.
He is
I
amazing.
saw him a couple years ago. My God.
Yeah.
He is great.
Never worked a day in his life, I bet.
And he's been married 4 times.
You know what I mean? That is not work for him. He just loves it. Has he really?
Yeah. There was a big article last week in the paper about him.
Wow.
He was talking about how the 4th time he finally gotten it right.
All right.
Well, what's he going to say if he's married to number 4 right now?
Good point.
3 was pretty strong. 4, I'm on the
talk
fence.
about
Boy, do I miss 2.
Yeah, talk about regrets. Woo.
I've had a few.
1, I had to fill her vagina with sand.
Oh, gee.
Or at least
Too many skateboarders in there.
it seemed like it. Yeah. Keep them out of there. Fill it with.
Yep.
Hey, Major League Soccer will begin hosting video game tournaments. 2 players from opposing teams will face off in EA Sports. It's in the game. In a FIFA 2020 game before the league's MLS players will compete in a second leg with the losing team eliminated from the competition. Fox Sports soccer commentators will call the action over the 5-week event. A number of the league's top players, including Chicharito. Oh, that's good with some guac.
It's really good. Yeah, I get mine with extra sour cream.
And Nani.
Nani, hey, and then
will participate in the nationally televised event. MLS Works and Fox Sports making a donation on behalf of the winning team, Feeding America, after each episode.
Nani. I love her song 99 Luft Balloons.
99, blah, blah, blah.
Nina, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nana.
How do you spell Nani?
Nani.
Hey, goodbye. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey.
Probably the biggest story over the weekend is that Fox NFL Major League Baseball play-by-play announcer Joe Buck has responded to that porn site offering him $1 million that he provide play-by-play for adult videos.
Oh.
Buck had previously dismissed calling explicit videos sent to him by fans on social media. That's one thing he won't do, but he has been narrating
Like dogs playing and stuff like that, right?
weddings and birthday party. I Am Live up the ante with the $1 million offer to call their live cam videos. The company said it also accepting application from other national and local sports commentators. Buck said, I don't want to just take the job without a proper open audition. So if they get Nance and Michaels and Tarico
Yes.
and all the others who do what I do to audition, I'm in. If any of them say no, I'm out. He added, I've never been more flattered, and I know my dad would be proud.
Jack.
Quick name change.
Yep.
Joe Buck.
Yeah. It wouldn't take.
What did we determine what the movie was that had the sports announcers doing the play-by-play of the porno? Was that Groove Tube or Kentucky Fried Movie? One of those.
It's not Kentucky Fried Movie.
I think it might be Groove Tube.
Yeah, so it must be Tunnel Vision or Groove Tube.
Yeah, maybe Tunnel Vision. And it was Kurt Stem and Christina Bush. and they were going crazy. Yeah, we're going to try to talk to Joe Buck later this week.
Cool.
So, you must be a big fan.
I am. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So he's trying to just keep his chops, if you will, by doing play-by-play of mundane things happening around the house.
Yeah, and he's got a terrific sense of humor.
So
he does those, and he's on Brockmire a lot, which is a very funny show.
And Jim Nance would be great. He's got that very serious. The tradition like no other, doggy style. That wasn't a very good Jim Nance, was it?
But still,
it'd be interesting how he would work Fred Couples into the commentary. Jim Nance.
Talks about Fred a lot.
He and Fred were roommates, I think, or something.
I
at
see.
University? Yes.
Okay. Now, if you are stuck at your house, and a lot of people are, here's something pretty cool. If you're running a business out of your house and you've got one of those old-fashioned mailing machines, yikes.
Yeah.
How about checking out something called Stamps.com?
The ink's run out.
Yeah, you don't want to be around crowds at the post office right now.
Yeah, very good point. If you're sending out a lot of invoices or you've got stuff you're shipping, Stamps.com can handle it. Christy, give me more details.
Yeah, all you have to do, Tom, is use your computer and you can print official U.S. postage 24/7. Any letter, any package, any class of mail, anywhere you want to send it. It's that easy. And with Stamps.com, you can get 5 cents off every first-class stamp and up to 40% off shipping rates. And there's no equipment to lease and no long-term commitments. And if that weren't enough, Tom, explain now the UPS connection.
In addition to offering discounted U.S. postal rates, Stamps.com also offers UPS services with discounts of up to 62%. Plus, with Stamps.com, you won't have to pay UPS residential surcharges. Stamps.com is a no-brainer. It saves you time and money. And right now, listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage there, and type in Bob and Tom. Stamps.com. Save yourself a bunch of money. Enter the code Bob and Tom at Stamps.com. You have a teaser for me?
Michael Jordan and the Last Dance started last night. We'll talk about that.
Okay. And Christy, you got a teaser?
Yeah, no farting. No bare-bottom farts during this virus. It's important.
Okay.
I hadn't really been exposed to any recently.
Well, I hadn't either, but apparently it's making the news.
Not even the SBDs? You don't know. They just float around?
Bare bottom?
Well, yeah.
Bare bottom farts, you make the rockin' world.
I'd rather hear that than Queen's version.
Won't you fart with me tonight? Oh.
When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, man, this is Donnie Biker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, everybody. We've made it to Monday, April 20th. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. We couldn't do it without you. Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you had a great weekend and glad you're back here with us on a Monday. And, yes, we are here live. It is April 20th, 420, everybody. Smoke them if you got them. But don't smoke them because that's bad for your lungs and that can open you up to all sorts of bad things. So just enjoy the day. It's a Monday. We'll be back with more right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Wayne Gretzky, optimistic the NHL will be able to resume at some point this summer. He tells reporters he's hopeful hockey and other sports will be able to come back from the virus and serve as a sign that conditions are improving. The great one says he believes leaders in the United States and Canada will find a way to bring back hockey and other sports in June, July, and August. William Byron won his second consecutive NASCAR virtual race, holding off Timmy Hill in a drama-free event at the virtual Richmond Raceway. Charles Leclerc has won his second straight Formula One virtual Grand Prix, taking the Chinese GP from the pole position. And players and coaches for Italian soccer team Roma have waived their salary for 4 months following the March shutdown due to the coronavirus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you own a pair of sweatpants?
I hate sweatpants.
Please tell me you have loungewear, like something you don't just wear jeans or something every day, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine Tom in a wife beater?
With a cigarette hanging out of
and
his
a
mouth.
spaghetti sauce stain right there.
And 2 ice cubes of
bourbon
and a rocks glass.
All right, who left the crayons out?
I said, listen.
We make that video of you in a white beater. Hey!
Oh,
That'll
Tom.
go viral.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Money good. Bills bad. Beer good. Hangover bad. Sex good. Rash bad. Mobile home good. Tornado bad. Grandma good. Tongue kiss bad. Song good. Cellulite bad. Chili festival good. Ride home bad. Hooters good. Cracker Barrel bad. Lobster good. Crabs bad. One night stand good. Stay for breakfast bad. Zeppelin good. In sync bad. Pamela Lee good. Janet Reno bad. KY Jelly good. Dry Dock bad. Porno movie good. Starring wife bad. Spanking good. Kicking balls bad.
Okay.
Miniskirt good. Penis underneath bad. Lyrics good. Banjo bad.
And remember, if you're in Chile, wear a jacket because it's chilly out there.
That's why we get the awards.
6:43 at Q95.
Tee it right up.
It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Who was a big one? I understand, but who was she?
What was her name?
Bertha. Now, was she one of the
Butt Sisters? That's right.
I wonder what the other ones were named.
Christy and no, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if he names
Christy
them.
Butt.
Yeah.
Can we call you Christy Butt today?
Sure. I don't have much of one, but
Let's
you're.
not, shall we? Christy, do you have a nice weather forecast for the
Here's
boys?
Christy Butt with the weather.
I really do. Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny with a high of 64. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 40. Partly cloudy, a bit cooler on Tuesday, 54. But we warm right back up on Wednesday.
Pretty nice weekend.
Yeah.
We deserve that. I hope you got outside a little bit.
Yeah.
To get out and about with Winnie.
Kept your distance. Yeah. Oh, and I got one of those new collars for Winnie.
And does she like it?
Instead of the lampshade thing.
Yeah.
Oh, the inflatable?
Yeah, the inflatable, and she looks kind of like a Renaissance, whatever those things are called.
Yeah, Viceroy.
It's much, much nicer. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here, and we are here. Today is, we haven't mentioned it yet, it's 420.
Yeah.
We got, I'm sure,
We have some news about that.
a couple tributes.
Yeah.
So if you're up early and burning one,
wake and bake.
Good luck to you.
It's also Husband Appreciation Day.
Oh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I was just handed that.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who in this room does that apply to?
None.
Be no one.
None.
Well, as far as we know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking right at you, Big Daddy.
Let's see now. Who's who? That's Chick McGee across the way. Preparing for the Ace Cosby joke of the day, brought to you by I Hate Steven Singer at Steven Singer Jewelers. Are you kidding me? It's Ace Cosby. Hey. Over there, it's Josh Arnold with recently shorn. The beard has come off largely, except some 5 o'clock shadow. Christy's behind the glass.
She also shaved.
In the Navy Federal
yes, I
Credit
did.
Union. In the Navy
Under my
Federal
arms.
Credit Union. Can I get the plugs out? I'd like to get paid this week. The Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And then Mr. Godwin is over there in his
Greetings from the
abode.
bunker.
You got that piano hooked up?
I do, yeah.
Oh.
Let's hear it.
Hey!
Oh.
All right, you got all the volume turned down? Okay, good.
I think I heard maybe, was that Elton John, Blue Jean Baby?
It's not going direct. It's just kind of here.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, so what Josh was trying to say was turn it up.
I heard him loud and clear.
Okay, all right.
Hey, you're pretty
well,
good.
we didn't hear whatever you're doing loud and clear.
Well, these things take time.
Pat's pretty good on the piano, isn't he, Josh?
Yeah, he is. He is.
But he sucks on the organ. Is that the joke you're going to do? Is that the second terrible joke in a row?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Oh, boy.
Who's
Tom, did you get a haircut?
What?
Did you get a haircut?
No, not at all.
Is it all smoothed back down? Oh, it is
Yeah, it
kind of
looks
smoothed
smoother
down in the back.
Oh, no. Yeah, I see.
No, I got to.
Man, you got to put curlers in that. Yeah, be curler guy.
That George Washington.
Yep. Ben Franklin, my favorite president.
You had the story about Joe Buck, the great baseball announcer, has been asked to. People are sending him tapes of everyday activities that they're doing, and he's doing play-by-play on them just for fun, which is cool.
That's right.
And he said he would not do porn. Now, some porn company offered him some cash to do this. I was trying to remember, and he mentioned who? Al Michaels.
Jim Nance,
and somebody else. If they do it, he'd do it.
Mike Tirico.
Oh, that's it, Mike Tirico. Who's the It's in the Hole guy? Do we know who that is? It's in the hole.
That'll be perfect for that.
A golf announcer? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Well, there's the famous Chick McGee. It's in the hole.
Sure.
Segment, which we probably should dig up. That's a classic. But anyway, I know that you've got a couple more things in sports before we move over to the news desk.
Sad note.
Oh, well,
hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, Coach Ralph Fontaine.
Hey,
Coach, how are you?
I believe in the whole guy. You're looking for Bill Murray from Caddyshack. I believe that's the answer on the board.
He does say it.
You know, kids call me Coach. They call me Skip. Also call me Vampire because I bring the bats. I got a press release from my kids. Of course, last week had our Little League baseball draft, fantasy draft. This week we're going to start a virtual season for District 9 using Stratomatic baseball. Me and the other 15 coaches are going to go head-to-head with the full 162-game season. Best part is no rainouts, no umpires, no parents. You understand that?
Yeah.
You know, I tell my kids there's a reason why parent and parasite are almost spelled the same. All right, now, heads up. Eyes on me, ears on the message. Chick, you already missed 2 signs. Remember, top the cap's the indicator.
All right.
Best part of our draft last week was each coach got a fantasy pick. Now, some might think Coach Ralph is taking Mike Trout or Bryce Harper, but who needs headaches? I picked the best kid I ever coached, whether it's ASA, NSA, USSSA, Pony League, Babe Ruth League, Legion Ball. Kid named William Tell Haynes, the great Billy Haynes.
Oh, sure.
You heard me talk about Billy Haynes. He wasn't bigger than you. He wasn't faster than you. Hell, he wasn't stronger than you. But he'd beat you. You understand that? Now, I'm guessing you guys, pretty savvy, might be understand a kid with a name like William Tell Haynes. You might already guess his favorite walk-up song.
What's that?
The William Tell Overture.
Nope, Little Red Corvette, but that's baseball.
That's baseball for you.
It's somewhat ironic because Billy went to prison for running the chop shop that specialized in Chevrolet parts. You give me 3 Billy Haynes, 2 Chick McGee's, and 4 steel belt tires, I'll win you a damn semi-state.
Darn right.
I'll see you on the winner's bracket.
Thanks, Coach Ralph.
Right, see you, Coach.
I didn't realize that Billy Haynes ended up in stir.
Are you surprised? Really?
He could beat you.
Yeah, he sure could.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All heart, that kid.
A lot of heart, man. Whew.
We found out that Bill Murray is the It's in the Hole guy.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
It's in the hole.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole.
Oh, you got all of that one.
That leads, of course, to this classic.
You've heard famous announcer from the Bob and Tom Show, Chick McGee, doing play-by-play on the golf course.
Get in the hole.
Oh!
Oh, man.
It's in the hole! No!
You've heard Chick McGee getting a prostate exam live on the radio.
Chick is bent over a large stool.
I am so clenching. I can't.
No, he's left his underpants up. Those have to come down.
No, I didn't want to.
Well, take them all the way down.
That's it.
How's she going to find it? Okay,
She
wait a
can
second.
find it.
Wait a
Golden
second.
Jelly. Oh, now, well, that's not bad. Oh, God. Ah, Jesus.
The nurse is in there. Is it over?
Fist?
It's over.
And now, here, famous announcer Chick McGee singing with some of the most famous bands of all time. It's Chick McGee Rocks. You'll get Chick McGee with the Beatles.
Oh!
Please believe me.
Led Zeppelin. Van Morrison.
Your name is G.
Oh! Oh!
And Chick McGee with Humble Pie.
You know it's hard to believe that it makes in the hole. In the hole. In the hole. In the hole.
It's Chick McGee Rocks, as only the Chickster can. To order, call 1-800-AAAAAA. That's 1-800. Exclusively on Frigamore Records.
The classics. Thank you, Chick. It's in the hole, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to try to talk to Joe Buck, see what he's got going.
Yeah.
But he will not be, it would appear, he will not be doing play-by-play for porno.
Certainly not.
Yeah, no.
And if someone knows what movie that's from, it's either Tunnel Vision or one of those Kentucky Fried Movie, one of them from that early 70s era where they had the Kurt Stem and Christina Bush. They were doing the very serious play-by-play. God, that's hilarious. I haven't seen it in years. Now, you said you had some sad news in sports. I'm sorry.
Remember Gene Okerlund from WWE?
Of course, Mean Gene, yeah.
Mean Gene. He passed away last year in January. And
timely.
Couple days ago, another. Are you going to be this way all morning, or are you going to have?
Sorry.
Are you going to have
somebody else? Obviously, someone else in the world of wrestling died.
Another announcer, Howard Finkel.
Oh, the Fink.
Did he die?
You know Howard Finkel, yes.
The ring announcer.
He passed away. He made his debut for the WWF in 1977, and Triple H tweeted,
yes.
Hubert Humphrey in his estate. You weren't someone until you heard Howard announce you. A win didn't feel real until you heard him say, and the new World Heavyweight Single Division, they have 4 or 5 different divisions. You are the champion. So there you go.
Wow. One fall. I loved the Fink.
Howard's your winner.
Yes.
Howard Finkel. So all the announcers passing away.
Oh, that is very sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bald guy with a mustache?
Yeah. Clean bald guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Like Mr. Luthor, Lex Luthor.
Okay. And that's sports?
Yes,
okay.
sir. Wherever you go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. Coming back with some swell news, is that right?
Christy, give us the teaser.
Yeah, we have bare-bottom farts. We have the naked cowboy in New York not letting the virus keep him down.
Oh, no.
And we have another Zoom meeting that was bombarded by pornography.
Oh, I saw that. Did you see that one?
No.
Yeah.
Bombarded.
Did you say bung-barded?
I did not, but you could.
Okay, good. Well, thank you very much. We're going to come right back with all those things and more. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Everything about the show is at bobandtom.com. Check it out now. State law.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you're able to join us here on Friday as we heard a familiar voice and a familiar laugh on the air. Bob joined us, Bob Kavoyan, from his stay-at-home quarantine, and got a chance to talk with Bob and catch up with him, find out what's going on with him. It was a lot of fun. Hope you were here on Friday. Just like today's a lot of fun on a Monday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news update from the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. President Donald Trump says his administration and Congress getting close to a deal on an aid package of up to $450 billion. The money would boost a small business loan program that has run out of money and add funds for hospitals and COVID-19 testing. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has said he's hopeful of a deal that could pass Congress quickly and get the program back up by midweek. The proposed deal would add roughly $300 billion for the government's Paycheck Protection Program. An additional $50 billion would be appropriated for small business disaster loans. Shares are mostly lower in Asia as oil prices fell back and Japan's trade data for March was weaker than expected. Shares rose in Shanghai Monday but fell in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Sydney. Japan reported that exports fell nearly 12% year-on-year in March as the pandemic hammered its major markets in the U.S. and in China. The coronavirus touching all levels of society and increasing tensions as governments ease restrictions that health experts warn should be done gradually to avoid a resurgence of the illness that has killed more than 165,000 people. The mounting pressure was evident in the United States. The Trump administration says parts of the nation ready to begin a gradual return to normalcy, yet some state leaders say woefully inadequate federal action like lack of testing supplies is hindering the response to the illness. The unofficial holiday saluting all things cannabis arrives at a challenging time for the nation's legal marijuana industry. Today is April 20th, or 420. That's the code for marijuana's high holiday, which is usually marked with outdoor festivals and communal smoking sessions. But this year, stay-at-home orders have moved the party online as the marijuana market braces for an economic blow from the coronavirus crisis and a relatively new legal industry. There's no template for how consumers will react during an expected economic downturn. Sales soared at the start of lockdowns in March, but business generally has flattened or tapered off since then. That's a quick look at your news update. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Dear penis, I don't think I'd like you anymore. You used to watch me shave. Now all you do is stare at the floor. Oh, dear penis, I don't like you anymore. Used to be you and me, a paper towel and a dirty magazine. That's all we needed to get by. Now it seems things have changed, and I think that you're the one to blame. Dear penis, I don't like you anymore. He sings, Dear Rodney, I don't think I like you anymore. 'Cause when you get to drinking, you put me places I've never been before. Dear Rodney, I don't like you anymore. Why can't we just get a grip on our man-to-hand relationship? Come to terms with truly how we feel. If we put our heads together, we just stay home forever, dear.
Hey, 7 o'clock on the nose at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny today with a high of 64. Partly cloudy overnight down to 40. Partly cloudy and 54 on Tuesday. Right now we have sunshine, 38 degrees.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Coming up, we have the Bob and Tom after party down the road a piece. And don't forget to check out our microsite on Q95.com. Find out more information about various things. Now, this portion of the Bob and Tom Show features It's Christy Lee again.
Hey, friends, these are serious times, and there's nothing more important than the health and safety of you, your loved ones, and our community. That's why Westgate Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram encourages you to take care of your family. Look out for your friends and neighbors. Be kind, patient to those who are helping to keep us safe, healthy, and fed. Use the internet for appointments, groceries, shopping, etc. Be polite and kind to cashiers or stock persons when you're out and about. They keep us fed, you know. And thank our first responders and, of course, our healthcare professionals. We also appreciate the truckers who are keeping our food and supplies going. And if you need to buy a new vehicle or service yours, my friends at Westgate want you to know they're here if you need them. WestgateAuto.com, doing whatever they can to support their customers.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now, let's get back to the action with the now semi-bearded Josh. We'll find out about the shorning. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for joining us. In the studio, we have Ace, Chick, Josh, and this is Tom speaking. And then remotely connected to us, we have Pat Godwin. Hey, Pat.
Hi. How you doing?
He's got his keyboard out. He's got his guitar out. Christy Lee's in the next room behind the glass. We can see her here.
Hi, everybody.
And I think we're about to dip our toes into the world of news. Christy is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. She gets her own room now. It's amazing. Coming up later on, it's amazing. Also, they've a sponsor now for the Ace Cosby joke of the day. It's brought to you by I Hate Steven Singer. Steven Singer Jewelers. Who knew?
All right.
Nicely done, Ace. Now, what have you got over there, Christy?
Well, keep your masks on and your pants on, apparently. A doctor is discouraging bare-bottom farts during this pandemic.
What?
On an episode of Australian Broadcast Corporation's podcast, CoronaCast, journalist Tegan Taylor and Dr. Norman Swan addressed a few questions from listeners about the new coronavirus. One audience member asked, quote, if the virus can turn up in feces, does that mean that farts could be a transmission route? Dr. Swan responded, quote, luckily we wear a mask which covers our farts all the time. He did advise against farting near other people, though bare-bottomed.
That happens often. Did I miss something?
Maybe in fraternity houses.
Yeah.
Bare bottom farts, you spread COVID-19 around. Wow. Okay. If you get coronavirus from a bare bottom flatulence, maybe you want to get your fetishes in order.
Yeah.
I think it's time to move on. And today is 420. And since we're broadcasting the show worldwide, we've been getting lots of requests for lots of different things. And this is something kind of obscure, but well worth it. This is the comedian Paul Gilmartin, many years ago, talking about smoking pot with his parents. And Paul now has a podcast that is as well. But this goes back a ways, back in the days when he was active pot smoker, which I don't think he is anymore, but let's just give this a listen.
Comedian Paul Gilmartin, last time you were here, you mentioned the fact that you had a
rather unfortunate experience with marijuana involving your door and your car. And
here's the reason why I really should not smoke pot anymore. Just a couple months ago, I get high. I'm pretty high. I go out to get some, ice cream or something that you have to have after you smoke pot. And I'm walking to the car and I'm making a list in my head of stuff I might as well get while I'm at the grocery store. I'm very intense into it, and I get in the car and I sit down and I go, okay, I got the list, and I look up and there's no steering wheel. I'm in the back seat. And then I pretend like I'm looking for something in case neighbors see me. Because a lot of people, when they look for something in their car, they actually get in and sit upright. What an idiot. What an idiot.
Wow.
But you have to tell your friends that one. There's no way you can hide that.
Your parents know you smoke pot?
I smoke pot with my parents.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah. I never told you that?
No.
Yeah, my parents had been nagging me for years to tell them, what's it like smoking pot? What's it like smoking pot? And finally they came to me and they said, it was like they had a little meeting. My dad was like, Paul, your mother and I have decided we're going to try marijuana. You think you could rustle some up for us? Wow. Okay, Daddy-O. Purchase us several cigarettes, I shall reimburse you. You're going to write me a check and put marijuana in the left-hand corner? But a friend of mine brought a joint over, and I didn't tell him my parents were going to smoke. I thought I'd surprise him.
Oh, good.
Oh, nice.
And he's talking to my mom. That's a lovely housecoat, Mrs. Gilmartin.
Hey, do you have the stash?
Yeah, that's what I said. Hey, Greg, light up that fatty. Yeah, you want more money for the pot? What gives? Come on, fire it up.
What, you holding out for us, man? Come on.
It was fun for about 2 minutes, and then it occurs to me I'm stoned, and now I'm stuck with my parents for the next 4 hours.
Did they get stoned?
Yeah. My dad just actually went to bed, and the next morning, my mind was racing all night. And my mom just sat there and asked a zillion questions. My friend is like, come on, let's go to a party. I was like, no, you don't get a senior citizen high and then ditch them. My mom's like, my mouth is dry. Is this normal? Why am I so dry? Give me some juice. I was like, oh my God. It is really, really weird looking at your mom and her eyelids are half open. It is really weird. It was the whole thing, though. It really was worth it, just to see the expression on my friend's face when he took a hit, passed it to my mom, and looked back at me. It was just like. It was like he was handing a nun a dildo.
Paul Gilmartin and the classic smoking pot with his parents on this 420. And there's going to be a lot of 420 action we'll get to coming up. Just had a story about the flatulence out of Australia that you should stay away from bare-bottom
farts.
Yeah. I didn't realize that was much of an issue. So, but this can be passed through flatulence then?
I think it's pretty slim.
So someone's in the grocery store in front of you and douses the Quaker Oats.
Little crop dusting.
Wow. Yeah. I can't believe it. Corona farts.
Yeah.
You ever had Pabst Blue Ribbon farts?
Oh, boy, those are rough.
Yeah.
Hey,
Popcorn farts are rough, too.
Gotta make sure.
Isn't that a cute little nickname? Cute. Hey, you popcorn fart. No?
I see. Okay, now we return to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk with Christy Lee.
Well, Willie Nelson will host a 420 variety show today. According to a description for a YouTube video promoting the event, Come and Toke It will take place at 4:20 p.m. Central Time through Twitch and Facebook. It will feature 4 hours and 20 minutes of cannabis-centric entertainment presented by Willie and Luck Reunion. Fans have been asked to participate by recording a video of themselves passing whatever toking material of their choice to the left before sharing it online with the hashtags Come and Toke It, Pass Left. A few videos will be selected for the Come and Toke It broadcast. The virtual showing will bring together artists, chefs, comedians, educators, and more. Come and Toke It today at apparently 4:20 p.m. Central Time.
Well, they're stoners. That gets more like 4:35, 4:40.
Hey,
Who's
man,
to say?
We're not all tangled up in time, okay?
So you can make a little video and send it, and they'll stick it up?
I guess, but you shouldn't be passing joints right now, should you?
It's a little early, I would think.
Well, I mean, just because of the situation we're in.
I never even thought of that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that's very safe, but then again, How would you pass a joint 6 feet? I mean, you're going to have a reaching stick.
Well, then, but the people would have just put their lips on it, right?
That's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah, well, these are hard times even for stoners.
Yep.
Wow. Well, we'd be remiss if we didn't play the classic. I think we'll play a little bit of Willie, Pat, before we get to your
I heard you.
tune. But this is Toby Keith, and I'll Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again.
I always heard that his herb was top shelf. I just could not wait to find out for myself.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. Well, I've tried it, my friend. And I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
I learned a hard lesson in a small Texas town.
He fired up a fat boy and he passed him around.
The last words I spoke before they tucked me in.
I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
I'll never smoke
weed with Willie again. My party's all over before it began. You can pour me some old Whiskey River, my friend, but I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
I hopped on his old bus, the Honeysuckle Road.
The party was Vegas, it was after the show.
Alone in the front lounge, just me and him.
With one parting puff, Grim Creeper sat in. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. My party's all over before it began. You can pour me some old Whiskey River, my friend, but I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
Now we're passing the guitar, telling good jokes.
I know one's a-comin' 'cause I'm smelling smoke.
No, I do not partake. I just let it pass by.
With a smile on my face and a great contact high. I'll never smoke weed with Willie again. My party's all over before it began. You can pour me some old Whiskey River, my friend, but I'll never smoke weed with Willie again.
In the fetal position, with drool on my chin.
I messed up and smoked weed with Willie again.
Scott Emmer, Toby Keith, together in our studios, and the classic "I'll Never Smoke Weed with Willie Again" in honor of Willie's special event today. What is it? The Luck Reunion.
Yeah, Willie Nelson and the Luck Reunion. It's going to be at 4:20 Central Time. Through Twitch and Facebook, so you can check it out. YouTube video.
Pat, you got another song about Willie?
A little something for Willie. Here we go. Stoned at home again. I can't wait to get stoned at home again. My one love is taking bong trips with my friends, and I can't wait to get stoned at home again. Something for Willie.
Yes,
there you go.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting. So technically it starts at 4:20 Central Time.
That's what it says here, Central Time, yes.
With the great Willie Nelson. You ever meet Willie?
I never have.
Yeah, I have. He's a great guy. Really. And have you ever seen him live?
No.
Oh,
I'd love to. Man, what a songwriter. What a
puts on a great show, too.
Seems like a sweetheart of a man.
Crazy.
Glad he's doing well.
He could have made a living just off that, couldn't he?
Yeah, remember, he quit smoking pot.
Has he really?
Well,
I
he's
think
doing it in other forms now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's got some
he is still partaking. He's just not.
lung issues. Now, Josh, you were saying earlier about aliens, and who was it that wanted to know if...
Jose Canseco wanted to know if Bigfoot and the aliens are susceptible to coronavirus.
He needs to know because he has been in contact with them.
Yes.
I just got this message. Apparently, the aliens are here to take all of our toilet paper.
Ah,
So
man.
who would have ever thought of that? I had no idea. Now, I know Donnie Baker's about to call us, it looks like. I just got that message. Do you have another teaser for me, Christy?
Yeah, we have an update for you if you're a Comic-Con fan. We have a virtual senior prom, and we have another one of those Zoom meetings that was bombed with pornography, so we'll have that coming up.
Okay. We'll look forward to it. Thank you, Christy. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Comedy, guests, Bob and Tom exclusives. And it's here on the internet. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget, you don't have to sit around and watch the news and all the stats at night. You can kick back, relax, and watch Bob and Tom Tonight. 20 minutes of video highlights from today's Bob and Tom Show tonight. Just check out Bob and Tom's YouTube channel, bobandtom.com, and on the Bob and Tom Facebook page. Tune in for Bob and Tom Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news from the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. Organizers of Saturday's One World Together at Home special say nearly $128 million raised to fight the coronavirus outbreak. Most of the money came from corporate sponsors lined up before the special. It was intended as a message of support for medical personnel and essential workers and a pick-me-up for those quarantined at home. Lady Gaga, who curated the special, opened with a peppy version of the Charlie Chaplin song Smile. The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Keith Urban, Casey Musgraves, Taylor Swift, Eddie Vedder, Billy Joe Armstrong, Lizzo, John Legend, and Sam Smith with Billie Eilish with Phineas were among the other performers. Beyonce, a surprise guest who spoke about how the virus is affecting the black community. Idris Elba said he and his wife had their lives turned around after contracting the coronavirus. The actor says getting COVID-19 was definitely scary, unsettling, and nervous. The British-born movie and TV star tells the Associated Press his diagnosis led to a complete upheaval of his life, even though his symptoms were mild, as are most cases of the disease. Elba says the pandemic is a reminder that, quote, the world doesn't tick on your time. Now that Elba and his wife are over the disease, they're working with the UN to lessen the effects of COVID-19 on farmers and food producers in rural areas. And the coronavirus pandemic turned out to be a stroke of good fortune for a New York man who lost his wedding ring 3 years ago. The man and his wife dining at Coconuts restaurant in Fort Lauderdale when the ring slipped off his finger and through the restaurant's wooden floorboard, seemingly lost forever to the tide. Restaurant manager decided to replace the patio deck recently since the eatery is doing only takeout during the pandemic. As the work was being done, Ryan Krivoy found a gold coin, $100 bills, and a silver wedding ring with the inscription, Mike and Lisa, 8/21/15. The restaurant posted the image online, and after being shared about 5,000 times, the man's wife called to reclaim the ring. The Sun-Sentinel newspaper reports she texted photos of the couple at the eatery, and the ring was returned. Meanwhile, the money, including the value of the gold coin, split amongst the restaurant workers. That's good news. That's a look at your entertainment news. I'm Mark Allison. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Are you a successful entrepreneur or business person who appreciates all the perks that come with success? Lavish homes, flashy cars, generous expense accounts? Well, isn't it time you attain the ultimate status symbol? Your very own personal announcer. Your friends and colleagues will be impressed when they meet this dapper gentleman with the commanding voice. He's the announcer guy.
Hi, Phil. Thanks for coming to my party. Who's this?
Hey, Cindy, check this out. This is my very own announcer guy. Hey, announcer guy, say something.
Hello, Cindy. It's time to meet your very special party guest. Say hello to Phil Mundor. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Well, thank you. Of course, I know Phil, and nice to meet you, Mr. Announcer Guy. By the way, Phil, you look great.
Oh, thanks. I got this new suit.
Tonight, Phil is dressed for success in a fashionable hand-tailored Armani suit. With softly constructed shoulders and a slimming silhouette, Phil is comfortably attired for whatever environment he should find himself in. Retail value, $2,500. This is Larry Morgan speaking.
Ooh, I wish I hadn't given the price on this.
Wow. That's great. Phil, let me get you a drink. What are you having?
You know, I think I'll have a beer.
This evening, Phil will be enjoying Doers on the Rocks.
What?
Doers, the finest blended Scotch whiskey money can buy. And as always, we remind you to please drink responsibly. This
7:18 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has the weather forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Sunshine and 64. And then partly cloudy tonight, down to 40. CarX Man says, look for partly cloudy skies tomorrow at a high of 54 degrees. It's 38 right now.
Thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now, I'm not sure what's happening with this thing. Give me 1 second. We got this thing up and running now. We had a little technical glitch this morning. What we're trying to do is raise some cash for essential workers here in Indiana. We've gotten together with Hughes Culinary, the St. Elmo's and Burger Study, Harry and Izzy's people, and Citizen State Bank. What we're going to do is for every one you buy, we're going to buy one. So we're doing a matching funds thing here. Our goal is to get 1,400 meals. Go to bobandtom.com and you'll see a little button that'll direct you on how to make a donation. So we just got this running a couple of minutes ago, apparently. So bobandtom.com, and that should take you to the button to make that donation, as far as I have just been told. So I hope we get that right. We'll find out if we didn't in a matter of moments. But if you can do that, want to be part of it, help out those great people who are in the trenches, do it right now. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us. Let's see now. There's Ace Cosby, our engineer, and of course, Ace is the man for the Ace Cosby joke of the day, brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. I hate Steven Singer. You got plenty of time to get ready for Mother's Day, but as Christy said, roses are red, violets are blue. I'd rather quarantine with no one but you.
There you go.
Chick McGee's across the way. There's Josh. I'm Tom. And then via the magic of Zoom, it's Pat Godwin.
Hey, everybody.
And Christy Lee is through the glass in the next room. Now, Christy, you got anything going on over there?
Yeah, New York City's famous Naked Cowboy is still playing music in Times Square. Robert Burke, alias the Naked Cowboy, plays his guitar and sings in a cowboy hat, pair of tidy whities and boots. Anybody who's been to Times Square has seen this guy. But has since donned a face mask for his daily performances. The 49-year-old said, I haven't missed one day in 20 years, 6 months, and 28 days, unless I was traveling to be the Naked Cowboy in another city. My decision to stay in Times Square during Corona is no different than going out there every single day when it's 19 degrees or there's a blizzard or a rainstorm or a heat wave. Doesn't matter. He's showing up.
Haven't New Yorkers suffered enough?
Yeah, why? How is this?
I mean, there can't be anybody there to see him.
He's been doing it for 20 years, and he still can play like 3 chords.
Practice, booby. Boobala. What is booby? Bobby.
Yeah.
Well, more power to him.
And I think he wears real, they're not traditional tighty-whities. They're real thick, I think. Pictures, they don't look right.
Well, he's got to stay warm.
Yeah,
if it's 19, my goodness.
Well, but part of it would be he's out there freezing in his underwear.
Well,
that's half.
I'm looking at his picture right now, and these look like very standard Fruit of the Loom. It says so right on it.
No kidding.
And right next to his sack, it has NYC.
Okay.
Really?
He looks kind of like Billy Ray Cyrus, real fit, long hair. And he's standing in an empty Times Square in this photograph.
So he only gets paid by tips?
I guess.
I bet he kills it.
You think?
He probably makes $500 a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why? There are no tourists there right now.
Oh, no, he's not doing it. It's famine right now.
Oh, okay.
Feaster, yeah.
just keeping the publicity chain intact for the moment.
I guess.
We have. Can you grab that?
People travel to see. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
On the 30th day of quarantine, my true love gave to me not a damn thing. I couldn't have picked a worse time to be single, ready to mingle.
Right.
Yeah.
I've got to be stuck with the worst quarantiners ever. I got a kid I'm supposed to be learning in school facts, and an out-of-work bass player who's also unemployed. I swear to God. And now he's filling my kid's head with nothing but conspiracy theories about how Jeffrey Epstein's behind 5G.
Is that right?
Sounds about right.
When we all know it's Bill Gates. And the other day, I almost kicked a boner's ass because I woke up from a nap, and spoiler alert, found him teaching Wolfie to play the bass guitar.
That's nice.
Oh, that's great.
No, I'm like, not on my watch. You know, don't worry, Christy. I'll go to my grave clawing and scraping before I ever let our son become a bore. I'm about ready to lose my mind if we don't end this quarantine, because I can only do this phone sexting thing for so long.
Really?
I need some actual contact. So, spoiler alert, this past weekend I had Patty Ferguson sneak over after dark.
You can't do that, Donnie. That's not social distancing.
Well, I didn't let her in the house, Tom.
Oh,
I just had her smash him up on my bedroom window for a few minutes. I took care of business.
I see.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to borrow some Windex to get all the tongue and nose prints off.
Oh,
boy. Window looks like the glass at Baskin-Robbins. I swear to God. Now, I got to be honest, it wasn't as hot as I thought it'd be neither, because when she pressed them up there from my end, it looked like 2 pancakes with fried eggs in the middle. Ain't that a combo? I think it's called Speedy Gonzales. Anyway, the whole situation made me as hungry as it did horny. And then, hold on a second, I hear something. Damn it, Boner, it's 4:20. Ain't you got some reefer to smoke? Just a second. You better not be teaching Whippy bass guitar. I'll put my foot so far up your backside you'll be recycling Pumas for a week. My son's a lead singer, Dick.
Oh, boy.
If I wanted a bass player for a child, I would have had a girl. I gotta go.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, I hope Wolfie learns a little bass. That'll be good for him. Thank you very much. There's another famous Wolfie that plays bass.
Yeah.
Isn't
Eddie Van Halen's son.
Eddie Van Halen's son, Wolfie. He's taken over the bass duties from that great band. Now, we turn back to Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. What else have you got?
An Indiana Election Commission zone meeting had been briefly Zoom bombed by someone pleasuring themselves. Commission Chair Paul Oakenson said Friday's meeting, which was open to the public, was interrupted with pornographic images before they were quickly taken down. Oakenson said Stuart Richardson, who managed the meeting, is investigating the incident. He added, moving forward, we'll ensure that people should have every confidence that those meetings will be protected appropriately. While the FBI recommends Zoom conferences be kept private to avoid the Zoom bombing, some government meetings need to be accessible to the public, and thus you're going to have a chance of that happening.
So people have to be able to access to weigh in? They can't just access to watch it?
I don't know if there's a function where, well, I mean, you can not turn your mic and your video on. You can just watch, but they wouldn't see you, but there's obviously the option.
Remember the hanging chads?
Yeah.
A few years ago. Those are the hanging nads. I mean, I'm assuming it was a guy.
It doesn't say, but I would assume, yes.
Let's just. I know I hate the stereotype, but most of your flashers,
are men.
Tend to be pathetic guys. That hey, look at this.
No reason to judge them. They tend to be guys.
Oh, really? No, well,
what do they? I mean,
I've been to a lot of those meetings. There's a lot of jerking going on anyway. And now that I think about it,
yeah, it's mostly just one big.
Don't they have like clubs like this so people can hack in and they share their hack stories with other hackers?
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
bragging rights type stuff.
Yeah, here's
Probably.
what I got into.
Yeah, I would think. I guess. Now, Pat, I can see you're rehearsing something over there. What do you got going?
I want to do a love song if I could.
Oh.
Okay. Does this need any background?
It's a love song, Tom.
Okay, all right.
Purell, you're swell. You and Hans sure go together well. My Purell. COVID-19, you can't do no harm when she's on the scene. Purell wipes you clean. I want you, I need you, can't find you. I ran out today. Oh, what I would pay, I can't do without you. Life's a living hell without Purell.
Oh, we do love
for indulging me.
That's lovely.
That is nice.
It'd be a nice commercial for them.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. A little tribute to the Fab Four. With this, back to the porno at the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
So were the people who were watching it, was the entire screen displaced by the porno?
I don't know. When you're zooming, usually there's a lot of little screens up. So I don't know if it came up in one of the little screens.
Right.
Or if it,
And they just went, oh, what's that guy?
Yeah,
Man.
I think you can have, up to 100 people on there at one time, I believe.
What's the minimum for an orgy?
I thought we determined that was four.
Four is the minimum, yeah. Because three-way is a three-way.
Right.
And what do they have to have for a quorum at these meetings? Is it the same?
Probably, yeah.
That'd be an interesting stat. Have to look into that. Thank you very much. Pat, I love that song, and I've got a little
love
bit
your
of Purell
Purell.
left.
Purell,
Yeah.
Oh, run low?
You got another jug somewhere? You might be at record lows over there. Oh, yeah.
This one's almost full.
Holy
Yeah, that is
hell.
almost full. You'll be all right. You'll be all right.
This is 28 ounces.
Okay.
This is at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, at least.
I don't think we have any over here anymore.
There's some in the other building.
Yeah.
We can go get it later. Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. What else have you got?
Well, a lot of people are making masks. We all know that. We had your cake lady, Amy, make us masks. Across America, they were using T-shirts, pillowcases, even vacuum cleaner bags. But one guy in Florida has taken it to another level. He made his mask out of python skin.
Oh,
Brian Wood, owner of All American Gator Products in Dania Beach, is crafting decorative mask coverings from the skin of the Burmese python, which is the infamous invasive species, of course, wreaking havoc on the native wildlife of the Everglades.
That's a good idea.
You know, they've come up with a word.
Although I don't know how effective it would be, but
And look cool.
You know, there used to be something you put on your glasses so you could take them off and they hang around your neck.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And those were called croakies or croakers or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like a sleeve, but you pull it up over your face.
Right.
And those are called gaiters.
Gators, yeah.
Gaiters. I didn't know that. It seems like they just came up with it.
No, it's a skating thing.
Is it like a
skiing?
It looks like a snowboard.
Yeah.
Snowboard or skiboard to keep your face warm.
I'm trying to find a picture of this guy with the python masks.
I think they have NFL Gators, chick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do.
Now, he's actually skinning the snake, it's not like molted skin.
Yeah, no, this guy's capturing these snakes and apparently making all kinds of products from them.
Okay.
And
You ever watch those python hunters on the weekends on History or whatever channel it is? Those guys are amazing.
No, that and the gator hunters they get them to the boat and then they shoot them. I mean, they don't.
There's no wrestling.
There's no danger involved other than
they wrestle those pythons.
You better hit them at the first shot.
They do wrestle the snakes.
They do wrestle the snakes.
These snakeskin masks are very cool.
Really?
I don't know how effective they
You
are.
don't seem like a snakeskin guy.
No, but I'm saying that they're scary looking.
I wonder how much I
put one of these on and go say hello to your dog.
Couldn't you make it look like you pull it over your face, the fangs would be coming out of your mouth?
Oh, that'd be cool.
That would be cool.
Take that, coronavirus.
That's right.
I bet they smell.
Oh, eventually, yeah. You'd have to wash
musky,
it a lot.
yeah.
They say Jim Morrison wore the same pair of snakeskin pants for something like a year.
Oh, God.
What a filthy
That would be disgusting.
Finally,
I heard a roadie got botulism.
His friends had to, hey, Jim, his pants look great, but it's an odor issue. So
Did you find
apparently he was commando the whole time?
Wasn't Jim Morrison considered very sexy and sexual on both sides? Isn't that right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Seems to me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a sexy-looking guy.
Oh, yeah, really? You think so?
Remember the cover of Rolling Stone about, what was it, about 15 years ago?
Black and white.
He's hot, he's sexy, he's dead.
Oh.
I didn't know. Great headline.
Picture of Morrison. Yeah, it was classic.
Don't remember that. I don't remember the dead part. I mean, I know he's dead.
Yeah. Speaking of snakes, Christy, I don't know if I gave you this one. Police in Kirksville, Missouri have been trying to locate the owner of a snake that was left at a gas station.
Oh, I didn't see that story.
According to a press release from the police, officers responded to a Murphy, USA gas station on Tuesday night of last week.
Love the Murphy.
For a snake that had been found there. An officer determined the reptile was someone's pet and turned it over to animal control.
How big was it?
It doesn't say
Is
here.
this like a Home Alone
Is it
sequel?
a little ball python, or are we talking about a big...
It doesn't say, but...
they forget the snake at the gas station?
Yeah.
Going on vacation?
They've got a description of the car that they think the guy was driving. I'm assuming it has at least one cardboard window. You got to be pretty high to misplace your snake in the men's room.
A lot of bumper stickers. Probably.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Coexist.
Probably a Grateful Dead bear.
And knowing the food at a gas station, it's the steak probably not the most dangerous thing there.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Sure, the sushi.
You're a big fan of the gas station sushi?
Chicken salad sandwich, man. A sando. Oh, smash those sandos. Yes.
We talked to Bob for quite some time on Friday. It was fun. And we'll talk to him again soon. And he sent us this song that he put together with his wife, Becky, while in quarantine. He's got a little studio in his basement, and thought we'd feature this right now. It's, of course, about this whole coronavirus thing.
I'm gonna take a risk, leave my house and buy myself some food. I'll wear latex gloves, a new face mask, and a condom, so he's safe too. The lines are long, the shelves are sparse, just as I suspected. One man coughs without a mask, now the whole damn store's infected. One man coughs, now run for cover. One man coughs, stop, drop, and roll. One man coughs, and then another. Adios. Get my ass home. No soaps or wipes to disinfect. This truly is disturbing. I'll wash my hands and drown my fears with fine Kentucky bourbon. No white, no wheat, not a slice of bread, but plenty of hot dog buns. The toilet paper is all sold out. I guess I'll use hot dog buns. Not one sheet of toilet paper. Not one sheet in any class. Not one sheet of Charmin Ultra. Not one sheet to wipe my nose. I'm stuck at home under quarantine, getting worse each passing day. The wife says she'll have sex with me if I stand 6 feet away. In and out, ain't gonna happen. In and out, put on the shelf. In and out, no skin a slapping. In and out, all by myself. One man coughs, now I'm crapping. No TP in any John. In and out, ain't gonna happen. Adios, my ass is gone.
That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Bob. Hooked up with Bob on the Zoom on Friday. We'll do that again real soon. And it's always fun to see what's going on with Bob. Retired and
loving it.
Yeah, but stuck at his house like everybody else.
What do you think these guys are thinking when they're, you know what, I'm going to hack into the council meeting and play with myself while
they can't help it.
They're trying to have a meeting.
That's what gets it for them.
What are they have like-minded people? Where'd you hack in last night? Well, I hacked into. What's going on there? I'm just not that.
I think it's the same. Have you ever been flashed?
Me, no.
You probably have because you lived in New York City for a while.
Yeah, no, but
that guy had his thing out, right?
That was in Paris, wasn't it?
I was in. This is pretentious.
Were you on the Metro?
Tell Josh what you were. Tell Josh what you were doing.
I had just interviewed the famous photographer Henri Cartier-Bresson.
Oh, sure, yeah.
One of the greatest photographers in history, of course.
Of course.
And we were heading back home, and we went to the Metro.
Yes.
And it was packed. It was rush hour. And I noticed that there was a guy going down the escalator across the way, and there was no one near him. Everything was packed, but there were like 10 feet behind him and 10 feet in front of him. There was no one there. And the guy was wearing a beautiful 3-piece suit, and he was presenting.
It was just out.
Monstrous.
Oh.
Monstrous. Just huge. I mean, I guess if you're in that league, you might want to do that. But
looked like he'd been in business 10 or 11 years.
Oh,
Oh,
15.
man.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, this was, he must have been.
15?
Yeah, it was huge.
Wow, just letting it breathe, huh?
You can see it in my mind's eye going right to left. Like, whoa.
You got to be careful on an escalator. You can get caught.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
No wonder. It's
that would be bad. You think a shoelace is bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the
Pressing your
the
face
thing
against
is about
glass.
the flashing people, but that's a specific
I don't get it.
specific fetish, and I don't know what is the proper response, Christy, if you're a woman. I know that we were on one of our trips, and a couple of the ladies in the trip got flashed in the parking garage. Remember that?
I don't remember that.
That is such a bummer.
Don't men want you to react like, oh,
yes, I think they
be
like the
horrified.
recoil. Yeah.
Or if you go, well, that's not much, then it probably wouldn't do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm not a flashing guy either. I don't know.
Do you like to be naked at home?
Yeah, I'll walk around early on and let the girls out with the door. Yeah,
sure.
I'll do that. I'll go out on the deck.
Naked?
Sure.
You have? Really? Wow.
Yeah.
It's his home.
I didn't this morning, but that's it's out of the ordinary when I don't.
Can people see into your backyard?
No, especially now with the brand new fence.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, good. Well,
There you go. That's nice.
That'd
But
be
it's dark,
a mighty embarrassing headline.
I don't have a flashlight. I don't have anything putting a spotlight on me or anything.
It's not illegal to be
Radio
naked.
personality arrested. Give me the teaser, Christy. What's up next?
Well, coming up, we have a virtual prom. We had a guy who broke into a restaurant and served himself for a few days. And if you want to get married in New York, you're going to have to do it over Zoom, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll find out about that when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Reach us toll free at 1-888-BOB-TOM-1 or at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, staying at home all the time might be a good time to treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership. That's right. Just check it out today. You get full access to the Bob and Tom archives, the complete album library. Plus, you can listen to the Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on demand when you're a VIP member. I'm Mark Allison. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right after this.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Wayne Gretzky, optimistic the NHL will be able to resume at some point this summer. He tells reporters he's hopeful hockey and other sports will be able to come back from the virus and serve as a sign that conditions are improving. The Great One says he believes leaders in the United States and Canada will find a way to bring back hockey and other sports in June, July, and August. William Byron won his second consecutive NASCAR virtual race, holding off Timmy Hill in a drama-free event at the virtual Richmond Raceway. Charles Leclerc has won his second straight Formula One virtual Grand Prix, taking the Chinese GP from the pole position. And players and coaches for Italian soccer team Roma have waived their salary for 4 months following the March shutdown due to the coronavirus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Coach. Skip. Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft. I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only two kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to show up every year and be seen. Then he drops out. He's called Bernie Sanders. You understand?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Take that to the bank. 24/7. I know.
Come listen while I play a song about a babe who's always ready to dress up like a French maid. She loves the Super Bowl, but not the remote control. For her anniversary, she wants a fishing pole. She's the woman. She's the woman. She's the woman you're never gonna meet. She thinks your snoring is soothing. She loves that drool on your chin. And when she catches you with her best friend, she joins right in. She's never on your case. She gives you closet space. And when she takes her makeup off, you recognize her face. She says you're number one. She calls you honey bun. She loves to hear stories about other girls you've known. She's the woman. She's the woman. She's the woman. Don't hold your breath waiting for her. She loves to make you a sandwich. She brings you a Budweiser. And every 28 days, she gets even nicer. She fills you with desire. She sings in the choir. She calls your beer belly your power tire. She loves to make you dinner. She thinks that you're a winner. And when you're feeling down, she says, pull my finger. She's the woman. She's the woman. She's the woman who doesn't exist.
Very nice.
Bravo.
Both sides of the coin.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. You said you used to be a teacher?
Yeah, I was a PE teacher.
Mm-hmm. Gym teacher.
Gym, yeah. And I don't know, I was telling you I about drinking. I like
7:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
We got something up and running. We're calling it Feeding Hoosier Essential Workers. What we're trying to do is buy lunch for those great people at a lot of the hospitals around town. We got together with Hughes Culinary, the folks from St. Elmo's and Harriet Izzy's and Burger Study.
Yummy.
And we're asking you to help out. For every one you buy, I'll buy one. How about that?
What do you think of that?
So just go to either the Bob and Tom website, or I think right now it's on the Q95 website and all of our social media platforms. So once again, we'll match donations up to 500 meals. And then Citizen State Bank heard about it, and they've stepped up. They're going to match 200 more meals, so that means 1,400 meals. We can get this up and running. We just got it put together. So these donated lunches will go to places like the IU Health Centers, American Senior Communities, and Franciscan Health Cancer Center, and more. So it's the least we can do, buy lunch for these people who are very bravely attending to people who are struggling with coronavirus right now. So you want to be part of that, you can do it online. Just go to Q95.com or bobandtom.com. And apparently it's now just been posted on our Twitter, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah,
So, okay, cool. Christy Lee has a quick update on the forecast.
It's going to be a great day today. Sunshine and 64, partly cloudy tonight down to 40, and then partly cloudy again tomorrow with a high of 54 degrees. Beautiful sunshine, 39 as you get going.
Thank you very much. Once again, helping feed essential workers, buy them a nice lunch. It's the least we can do, and it's a lot of fun, too. So be part of it right now by go to Q95.com. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. We're in the big room, so we are socially distant. There's Chick, I'm Tom, that's Josh. Ace Cosby is the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day and happens to be our engineer today, of course. Pat Godwin, through the magic of electronics and the Zoom, is visible to my left. And let's see now. There's, there she is. Christy, she's in the next room. I knew she was here somewhere. She's behind the glass over there. Now, Chick, you had a story earlier this morning.
Yes.
About Joe Buck.
Yep.
The great sports announcer. And do you remember the essence of this story?
Someone in adult cinema or adult online company wants Joe Buck to do the play-by-play, if you will, of pornography. And they offered him $1 million to do so.
And we should point out that Mr. Buck has been sort of for fun to keep his chops, if you will.
I think he did the play-by-play of a marble race. I think he's done, some Little League games, I think, or whatever.
And you and I were saying that we remembered a movie a long time ago that featured play-by-play of a porno scene. I think it's from the Groove Tube, and I think we have actually found some of that audio.
Oh, man.
Or at least the audio we can play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
hope.
I haven't heard this in several decades. Let's give it a listen.
This is Bob Van Horn back in sunny Tijuana, Mexico, live via Early Bird satellite for the final event of the day in the 34th Annual International Sex Games. You are now looking at the West German team, Kurt Stem, Christina Busch. They will be performing the final and most important event in the competition, the freestyle, for which they will have selected their own music, of course, and in which they must gather another 19 points in order to retain their current world championship against what turned out to be an aggressive challenge from the Canadians, right, Manuel Rodriguez?
That's right, Bob. In fact, I have not seen such fierce competition since the 1958 games, in which I had the pleasure to compete against a very impressive Austrian team.
Oh, yes, I remember that very well. And didn't you have a sprained ligament throughout the competition?
Yes, that's true.
It was truly magnificent. Now, what should we expect from the West Germans?
Then it gets a little pornographic, but God, that's funny. The Groove Tube.
Yeah.
Is that the one that was Chevy Chase in that one?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Ernie Anderson was part, or was he in Tunnel Vision? I get those all mixed up. There was an onslaught of them there at a certain part in cinema history.
We are getting inundated with requests and emails. And Josh, this one you'll be very happy.
Oh, yeah? What joke am I with?
This is from Greg in Lebanon, Missouri.
Oh, sure, yeah. Hey, Greg.
Where's that?
It is in Missouri. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, right there in
You're from
Right
Missouri.
there.
I thought you'd have a little more.
Well, it's a big state.
Maybe
It's a very big state.
pinpointed for.
How close is it to the Ozark, Marty?
It's on the way from St. Louis. It's on the way to the
That's a
Ozarks.
very good Ruth check.
Is that a good Ruth?
Yeah.
He wants to hear this this piece about you're a big horror movie guy.
Yeah.
And there's a tradition in horror movies. There's Frankenstein and there's Bride of Frankenstein.
Yes.
They often do sort of a distaff version of whoever it might be.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, like a Lady Dracula, etc. And of course, when the movie It came out, that was no exception.
Right.
And of course, they made one about the lady that was the It.
Audiences everywhere are experiencing the most horrifying film of the year. It. The latest adaptation of Stephen King's seminal masterpiece. It. Our favorite adolescent heroes, known as the Losers Club, are back. But they won't be squaring off against the demonic clown Pennywise. This time they'll face...
Me, Pennywise's girlfriend.
Pennywise has a girlfriend?
In the tradition of she-wolf, she-creature, and the astounding she-monster, it's She-It. She-It. S-H-E-I-T.
Oh, She-It.
If you don't know fear, then you don't know She-It. Grown-ups, don't believe them.
Mom, I'm telling you the truth. She-It is real. I saw her.
Aw, you wouldn't know She-It from Shinola.
She-It. And those that do believe them won't help.
Sheriff, please, can't you do something?
Kid, I'm too old for this She-It.
She-It. Nor do they seem to care.
But Principal Russell, dozens of children are missing.
Yeah, She-It happens.
So once again, these courageous kids must stand up against a monstrous foe themselves.
Okay, here's where she lives. The old brick She-It house. Come on, let's get her.
Bill, you think you can kill me?
Oh, right. Time to destroy this Say it, Bill. Time to destroy this clown.
Sure, destroy her, but how?
You'll never defeat me.
All right, that's it.
Take that. That's it, Beverly. Push her into that exhaust vent.
Oh, now the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Oh, gross! There's pieces of shit everywhere.
Oh, I'm got in my mouth.
Good thing we didn't step in it.
The classics. She It. Rated R for nearly bad language and excessive childishness.
Uh-oh, I pooped. Can we take that again?
By request, Josh.
Yeah, Greg in Lebanon. Right there on the way to Springfield off of Farty Fire, Tommy.
Oh, did you
Might
look
be
it up?
Lebanon.
Oh, that's right. That's the thing in Missouri. If you say Farty Fire, what is it? Farty Fire?
Yeah, Highway Farty Fire.
Instead of 44, it's Farty Fire.
Okay. And we learned today, due to some scientist in Australia says, please avoid flatulence of the bare bottom.
Right.
'Cause it can apparently give someone the corona. So if you're that close to someone's bare bottom, I don't know what you're doing.
Boy.
You're not practicing social distancing, I can tell you that.
Yeah, what are you practicing exactly?
I don't know.
Just rude.
69 mishap.
Yeah.
Sure, it's happened.
I'd argue if I could. Coming up, we've got some more requests. And if you want to get to us, you can. It's very easy. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We're reading all of these emails coming in from all over the world because we're doing a special broadcast on YouTube. So by all means, send us something. We'd love to know what you are doing. Coming up, we'll get another song out of Mr. Pat Godwin. When we return, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. This has been Chick McGee speaking.
Hey, if you're looking for something to do, don't worry. The Bob and Tom store never closes. It's open online at bobandtomstore.com. Check out all the cool T-shirts, all the fun hats, plus the sweatshirts for those cool spring evenings. Never too late to get the recently available You Guys Rock sweatshirt, a vintage sweatshirt seen worn by a Japanese pop singer. All the rage in Japan. Don't let them all go over the Pacific Ocean. Get one for yourself or the Bob and Tom fan in your life. Just go to bobandtomstore.com, click on hoodies and tees to order the vintage You Guys Rock sweatshirt. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news update from the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. President Donald Trump says his administration and Congress getting close to a deal on an aid package of up to $450 billion. The money would boost a small business loan program that has run out of money and add funds for hospitals and COVID-19 testing. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has said he's hopeful of a deal that could pass Congress quickly and get the program back up by midweek. The proposed deal would add roughly $300 billion for the government's Paycheck Protection Program. An additional $50 billion would be appropriated for small business disaster loans. Shares are mostly lower in Asia as oil prices fell back and Japan's trade data for March was weaker than expected. Shares rose in Shanghai Monday but fell in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Sydney. Japan reported that exports fell nearly 12% year-on-year in March as the pandemic hammered its major markets in the U.S. and in China. The coronavirus touching all levels of society and increasing tensions as governments ease restrictions that health experts warn should be done gradually to avoid a resurgence of the illness that has killed more than 165,000 people. The mounting pressure was evident in the United States. The Trump administration says parts of the nation ready to begin a gradual return to normalcy, yet some state leaders say woefully inadequate federal action like lack of testing supplies is hindering the response to the illness. The unofficial holiday saluting all things cannabis arrives at a challenging time for the nation's legal marijuana industry. Today is April 20th, or 420. That's the code for marijuana's high holiday, which is usually marked with outdoor festivals and communal smoking sessions. But this year, stay-at-home orders have moved the party online as the marijuana market braces for an economic blow from the coronavirus crisis and a relatively new legal industry. There's no template for how consumers will react during an expected economic downturn. Sales soared at the start of lockdowns in March, but business generally has flattened or tapered off since then. That's a quick look at your news update. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What was it, Christy? Food play?
I call it food play. Temperature play, yeah.
Again, so what people want to think they're having interpersonal relations with a corpse?
Your body is sensitive to hot and cold. It doesn't...
Oh, we've covered a lot of ground there.
Well, we have sex, more of it in the news coming up.
Tom not having it.
Yeah.
Man, loosen up.
I dated a girl that always had ice up in there. Always. Yeah, our relationship was on the rocks.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
In a faraway land near St. John's lies the rugged seaport of Dildo, Newfoundland. Dildo, deeply penetrating the eastern coast of Canada, is known far and wide as the birthplace of legendary seaman Captain Dildo.
Captain Dildo is his name, the sailor we've all heard about in some exotic port. He's always pulling in and out. He's laid down a code to which he subscribes, spreading peace and love and giving us good vibes. Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain Dildo, Captain.
8 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Mostly sunny with a high of 64. Partly cloudy tonight down to 40. And then partly cloudy skies. A bit cooler on Tuesday, 54. We warm right back up on Wednesday, though. We have 40 degrees now.
29 away for...
we are trying to do something interesting right now. We're trying to feed Hoosier essential workers. What am I talking about? Well, we decided to buy lunch for some of those great people working in these medical facilities around town that are doing great work. So you can be part of that, and it's a pretty simple formula. You buy one, we buy one. How about that? So it's a twofer offer. We got together with our friends at Hughes Culinary, which is those are the folks behind St. Elmo's and Harry and Izzy's and Burger Study, and they're going to be making the lunches. And then our friends at Citizen State Bank stepped up, and they're going to match another 200 meals. So the way this is going to work, eventually we'll have purchased 1,400 meals for those great people working in the trenches, quite literally, to fight the coronavirus. So some very brave people and in the medical field. So please, if you'd like to be part of it, you can't think of what to do that would be useful, well, this seems like a pretty good idea. So just click on... the Q95 website, and there's a little button there right in front. You can't miss it. Q95.com. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Been digging through these requests. Got a lot of really good ones we'll get to in just a second. In the big room here, it's Josh, Chick, Ace, and yours truly, Tom. In the satellite room, it's Pat Godwin. Looking good there,
From
Pat.
my bunker.
From the bunker. And then right next door on the glass, behind the glass, it's Christy Lee. And something new today, something we are very pleased with. I had no idea, but the Ace Cosby joke of the day is now sponsored. Can you believe it? Our friends at Steven Singer Jewelers are stepping up because, and as Christy pointed out, wouldn't this be a great time to get that gal you love or that dude you love, get him a little jewelry coming in the mail?
Yeah, just as a surprise, like really unexpected.
Yeah, IHateStevenSinger.com. You know the drill. There's a lot of great stuff coming up, including Mother's Day, so do some online shopping with Steven Singer. And believe it or not, Steven Singer brings you the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Oh!
Not really jokes, really, more like
informational. It's 420, and a lot of people enjoy the edibles these days. But you can go overboard if you eat too many marijuana edibles. You get a pot belly.
Certainly bound to happen.
I like it.
Brought to you by IHateStevenSinger.com.
Speaking of hating, oh no, I'm kidding, of course.
Thank you very much. I've got a couple requests here, but why don't we get one more news story out of Christy Lee?
Yeah, from the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. Governor Andrew Cuomo has issued an executive order allowing New Yorkers to obtain marriage licenses over Zoom. Cuomo said during a briefing Saturday, there's now no excuse when the question comes up for marriage. You can do it by Zoom. The executive order also allows clerks to perform ceremonies on the video conferencing platform. How romantic.
You could get married without wearing pants.
You could. Absolutely.
Do you think it'll happen?
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, somebody will do it.
I have friends that got married over the weekend in Boston, just the two of them.
It is the renaissance for
And
sweatpants.
they're officiant. That was it. That was the only people there.
Wow.
Oh, but they weren't doing it on video, were they?
No, they were live. No, they were live. But he stood 6 feet away, and they were outdoors.
That
And
honeymoon's going to be.
the cake was, the wedding reception was at their house. It was just the two of them. Cake on the counter.
But they were the bride and groom 6 feet away from each other?
No, they've been living together for the past 5 months or whatever.
Yeah,
but,
so they're able to.
Yeah, but there was no one there, no family, no. It was very intimate.
Their
very
honeymoon's going to
sweet.
be lovely. They're going on a cruise. Yeah. It'll be nice.
Some port in China?
Yeah.
They don't have to stand there while Uncle Ed gets drunk at the reception.
True.
Decides to drop trow. Back
Lot
in my
cheaper.
day.
Couples forced to postpone their weddings due to the COVID-19 pandemic are being given the chance, though, to win a year's worth of free beer from Busch.
Oh.
The beer company announced the Busch Wedding Gift Competition and will award a year's supply of Busch beer to a couple whose 2020 wedding was postponed or canceled as a result of the coronavirus. That's affected a lot of people.
Yeah, but I can't see some guy going, look, honey, we got to postpone it for a year because it's about the beer.
Yeah.
That won't go over well, you think?
No.
Head for the mountains. Bush.
So the previous story, you can get your marriage license online now, and the ceremony. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But did they have other people attending the ceremony then via Zoom?
You probably could. There's no reason why you couldn't.
So technically, you could object.
Yes.
Yeah.
That part of the service. How does that? What's the verbiage there, Josh?
Or anybody here who?
Anybody present who?
Yeah, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Yeah, please upload.
Yeah.
Please upload now or forever hold your peace.
Send us a thumbs down emoji.
Yeah.
For those couples who are married, and I don't know if you saw this over the weekend, there was a California news reporter who was doing a story in Sacramento on how to cut your hair in her bathroom while her husband was showering behind her. Yeah.
Can you see a silhouette in the curtain?
Yeah, you can. You can see it.
Way more than that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You can see her cutting her hair, but her husband, I guess it was the mirror caught the, you know how in
Was
your
it
bathroom.
live TV?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Well.
Have you seen the newscaster who was from his home and he has a window and a ledge behind him and his cat is behind him just going to town on herself? I mean, you know how cats,
they get that leg up. And
yeah, she's got her leg up and he's, in other news today, lick. It's crazy look. He has no idea.
Well, Pat, I noticed you've got your guitar out.
Yeah.
Are you in the mood for another song?
Always in the mood, Tom.
What have you got over there?
Well, I become a school marm today when the show's over. I teach my young son who's 9. Both of us have ADD, so it's a treat. And I have done a little tribute to that. Here we go.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Loud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Well, in my pajamas, rolled out of bed, it's time for Jim's homeschooling. The USA is quarantined on account of each governor's ruling. So I'm here online. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm about to cry. Is 4 + 9 still 13? By the 3rd grade because of Corona. Seeing me and Jimmy home doing schoolwork. Seeing me and Jimmy home doing schoolwork.
Yeah. Yeah, bravo to all the moms and dads doing all that. Oh, I mean, the teachers, that's so hard.
Has to be hard.
Yeah, we're dealing with that every day.
I think we're finding out anyone can do it. Teachers, not all that important. If everybody at home can do it.
Don't do that.
No, this is important, Tom, that everybody knows that.
Okay, great. I'm about to have you come over to my house. And you can
do you think anybody out there goes, I think Josh has a good time?
Yeah, sadly, there's
I hope not.
Okay, got another request here. This comes to us from Charles in Arizona.
Charles.
Hi, Charles.
Charles wants to hear the classic.
His sign is cancer.
From the great band Da Vinci's Notebook. And I'm sure that there's been a lot of news lately about internet porn. Especially Pornhub, because they're doing some kind of special free thing that they're doing. And then they've got some kind of comic thing out there about how to wash your hands properly. Remember we had that story last week?
Porn Scrub or something?
Yes,
Scrub Hub.
Scrub Hub, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But this is just about internet porn this is a really great song from the band called Da Vinci's Notebook.
Back in the not-too-distant past, when I would need a quick repast or a temporary break from my agenda, off to the bedroom I would head, pull out the Playboy from neath the bed, and sneak a peek at all the portraits of Pudenda. My alternatives were slim. If I tried to find another source for sin, I'd have to hang out with the losers in the back room of my local video store. But last month I finally made the call. I got a brand new cable modem installed, and it opened up the floodgates on a whole new universe of internet porn. Internet porn, Roman orgy scenes. Internet porn, dominatrix queens. Internet porn, girl on girl on girl on girl on girl on guy on sheep. Internet porn, gross anatomy. Internet porn, Pam and Tommy Lee. Internet porn, when you're given so much to choose from, who has time to sleep? Honestly, honey, I don't know how the link got on there. After my girlfriend goes to sleep, then I get out of bed and down the hall I creep, so I can hunker down and wallow in depravity until 3 or 4. You'll always find me in that same tableau, silhouetted by my monitor's warm glow, and absorbing all the bounty from the cornucopia of internet porn. Internet porn, barely legal teens. Internet porn, naughty figurines. Internet geriatric German grandmas spanking Spanish men. Internet porn, erotic Asian art. Internet porn, guys with extra parts. Internet, I don't think I'm ever going to see the sun again. Internet porn, melonlove.com. Internet porn, there's my neighbor's mom. Internet porn, bikers wearing diapers, chasing nurses dressed like Smurfs. Internet porn, maison le clavage. Internet porn, en deux trois ménages. Internet, every kind of smut from every corner of the earth.
That is a couple guys named Paul and Storm and their friends that comprise Da Vinci's Notebook. By request, got a bunch of really good requests we're going to squeeze in, including one for this. This is something called Spit Take Theater.
Hello and welcome to Spit Take Theater. This week's Spit Take Theater presentation, a meeting with the boss.
Come on in, Steve. Have a seat. Like a cup of coffee?
Oh, yeah, sounds great.
Great, there you go.
Oh, thanks.
Good coffee, isn't it? It's real good. Well, you're probably wondering why I called you in today.
Yeah, I was.
Well, I've been looking at your figures, and frankly, Steve, they're just not up to what we've projected, and you're fired.
I'm what?
Steve, you're fired. We're going to have to let you go. I'm sorry.
But why?
Well, you're just not performing up to our expectations. We do these projections each and every year, and it's a bottom line thing, Steve.
Oh, I thought it was because I was sleeping with your wife. This has been Spit Take Theater. Join us next week for another edition of Spit Take Theater.
There you go. These things happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Christy Lee, give us the teaser.
Well, we have a Comic Con update. We have a virtual prom. We have an algorithm and poop.
Poop. Poop.
Algorithm. Algorithm.
And a monkey who can fly a kite.
Is the algorithm about poop?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, okay.
A monkey that
The
can
more
fly
you
a
eat, the more you
kite.
poop. Is that the algorithm?
And a monkey can fly a kite. Yes.
Okay, we'll find out about these and many other things when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You just ruined it. Hey, don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. We call it Bob and Tom's Work Farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Ace Cosby is your host. Keep the smile going all day and keep your family guessing what you're up to as you listen to Bob and Tom 24/7 on this Monday, April 20th, all day long. That's all we ask. Bob and Tom 24/7, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sounds reasonable to us. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Organizers of Saturday's One World Together at Home special say nearly $128 million raised to fight the coronavirus outbreak. Most of the money came from corporate sponsors lined up before the special. It was intended as a message of support for medical personnel and essential workers, and a pick-me-up for those quarantined at home. Lady Gaga, who curated the special, opened with a peppy version of the Charlie Chaplin song Smile. The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Keith Urban, Casey Musgraves, Taylor Swift, Eddie Vedder, Billy Joe Armstrong, Lizzo, John Legend, and Sam Smith with Billie Eilish with Phineas were among the other performers. Beyonce, a surprise guest, who spoke about how the virus is affecting the black community. Idris Elba said he and his wife had their lives turned around after contracting the coronavirus. The actor says getting COVID-19 was definitely scary, unsettling, and nervous. The British-born movie and TV star tells the Associated Press his diagnosis led to a complete upheaval of his life, even though his symptoms were mild, as are most cases of the disease. Elba says the pandemic is a reminder that, quote, the world doesn't tick on your time. Now that Elba and his wife are over the disease, they're working with the UN to lessen the effects of COVID-19 on farmers and food producers in rural areas. And the coronavirus pandemic turned out to be a stroke of good fortune for a New York man who lost his wedding ring 3 years ago. The man and his wife dining at Coconuts restaurant in Fort Lauderdale when the ring slipped off his finger and through the restaurant's wooden floorboard, seemingly lost forever to the tide. Restaurant manager decided to replace the patio deck recently since the eatery is doing only takeout during the pandemic. As the work was being done, Ryan Krivoy found a gold coin, $100 bills, and a silver wedding ring with the inscription Mike and Lisa 8/21/15. The restaurant posted the image online, and after being shared about 5,000 times, the man's wife called to reclaim the ring. The Sun-Sentinel newspaper reports she texted photos of the couple at the eatery, and the ring was returned. Meanwhile, the money, including the value of the gold coin, split amongst the restaurant workers. That's good news. That's a look at your entertainment news. I'm Mark Allison. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
On the button at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Plenty of sunshine today with a high of 64. Partly cloudy tonight down to 40. Partly cloudy, a bit cooler tomorrow, high 54. Sunshine, 40 right now.
Okay, thank you very much, Christy Lee. Now, coming up, a request from, last week. But,
I thought you were going to say a person or a group or.
Yeah, well, I just was reading the whole thing, and at the bottom it says, I don't know how prompt Tom is with the request. Okay, all right.
Well, yeah, he's not at all is how prompt he is.
We'll get to that coming up, Lori. I want to remind you, we're doing something right now. We've hooked up with our friends from Hughes Culinary, and what we're going to try to do is buy a bunch of lunches for those great people that are working at some of these facilities treating people with coronavirus. It's the least we can do, buy them a decent lunch, and it doesn't get any better than Harry and Izzy's or Burger Study or St. Elmo's, so they're stepping up, and for every one you buy, we're buying one. It's that simple. And then we got our friends at Citizen State Bank called up and said, hey, we're in on this. So go right now to Q95.com or any of our social media, bobandtom.com or whatever, and click on that button to donate. That's great. You can buy lunch for somebody that's working real hard to keep everybody safe. So these are great people. It's the least we can do, and we're happy to match your gift today, right now. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. The request lines are open. Sometimes they take a while. We'll explain in a second. There's Ace Cosby, the joke dude. Hey. Ace Cosby's joke of the day now brought to you by Steven Singer Jewelers. Who knew?
What's my cut?
And, I'm sure I can get you something nice from Steven. What do you wear? You like a nice bracelet, manly bracelet?
How about a gold chain?
Cash is good.
Cash.
Well, I think that they're really in the gift-giving business, Ace. Perhaps we should have this discussion along with your pink slip.
Maybe we shouldn't have contract negotiations on the air.
Let's see. Where was I? That's Josh. That's Chick. I'm Tom. It came up off the air, the discussion of what would a Chick McGee presidency be like.
Yeah.
And I said, it'd be interesting. Nothing would really happen because you'd be too busy watching Showtime, HBO, and your 3 English channels, whatever they are. Pat Godwin is at his remote location. I enjoyed that song about the homeschooling that you're doing with your son, Jimmy. We're all doing this.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
If you've got kids, it makes you realize how difficult teaching is and what a great job they're doing. But it's tough on the teachers, too, trying to get these lessons. And
yeah.
Do you have the thing where once or twice a day you actually meet with the teacher on the Zoom?
Yeah, we do a video chat twice a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, and they've got detailed things to do. And
a lot of one-on-one stuff, too. The teacher's doing great.
Yeah, you got hats off to everybody. I mean, but it's hard.
Yeah.
Now, Christy Lee is through the glass over there in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom.
Yes, sir.
How's it going back there, Christy?
It's very quiet in here, actually.
Oh, good. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and there's nobody talking about presidencies or nothing. I'm just sitting.
Chick was positing that he might be a good president, which
it's an avalanche of insults over here.
Not true. What did I say, Chick? I said you had my vote. Why?
You sleep in the Lincoln bedroom.
I get to sleep in the White House.
Okay, right. Very good, very good. Got a request coming up here. This says, Dear Christy.
Oh.
I was watching Guy Fieri on Drive-Ins, Diners, and Dives.
Sure. Love him.
Triple D.
And he was at a restaurant learning how to make a certain dish.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see. And I don't want to give it away right now. I believe you mentioned something about enjoying them.
Yes.
And could you please tell Tom to play the conversation where you were talking about that delicious dish?
What?
I don't know how prompt Tom is with the request, so I'll tune in next month and listen for your reply. Very funny.
He ain't wrong.
Very funny.
This was sent to us Friday.
Oh, okay. So you are pretty prompt.
Afternoon.
Oh.
There you go.
When we were off the air.
I'm not buying that.
So it says Friday, April 17, 2020, 5:42 p.m.
Friday, April 10th, maybe.
No, it was Friday, April. The point is... Oh, God. This is the discussion we were having about a very particular type of food and eating it.
Just play it.
Well, I've got to find it first. Here we go.
Sid Davis sitting here with us. Now, Sid, I understand that you used to be on television. Is that correct?
Yeah, I kind of had I blew my TV thing. I was on a panel on a TV show in Charlotte, and they had this food guy there, food critic, and he was talking about this food from El Salvador called pupusa. Well, they said, Sid, do you like papusa? And I said, I only get it on my birthday.
Yes, sometimes
the truth hurts, doesn't it?
a 20-second joke just lives on in the memory.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Lori, for that.
Pupusas are very good, actually. They're like a tortilla.
Is that right?
Oh, okay.
I had no idea what they were.
Yes.
And then and my next letter comes to us from yesterday afternoon. This was sent early in the morning. Jeff was up.
Hey, Jeff.
And he says, the license plates in my car all expired on the 7th. And apparently I cannot renew them because of coronavirus. Thanks to Tom and his street lingo lessons, I now am aware that I am, quote, riding dirt.
Dirty.
You know what riding dirty means, Christy?
Yeah, it means you're driving illegally with something like a gun in the car, or your plates are expired, or you have drugs.
You have drugs.
Your plates being expired is the cleanest way to ride dirty.
Yeah, that's what I said before. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I once had to drive back from the license branch to my house. They didn't have a screwdriver, so I had a plate in the front seat.
And didn't the cop follow you?
No, that was our friend Jay, and he gave him a ticket.
Oh.
He had a ticket. He goes, but officer, my plate's right here. I didn't have a screwdriver.
And Jeff can't renew his plates online, huh?
I don't know where he lives. It doesn't say.
That surprises me.
That's a bummer.
Okay. Yeah, I would think that they would have to make arrangements for that somehow. But yeah, you don't want to go into a crowded license branch right now, certainly. No. Let's turn back to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk with Christy Lee.
Researchers have developed a new machine learning algorithm that can determine whether ancient excrement was deposited by a human or a dog.
But finally.
Of course, the Craposcope 4000.
Good Lord.
Well, if it's a dog, it looks like a zero bar, right? It's all dried out and white. And if it's a person...
If it's got corn in it...
that could be either.
Oh, really?
Dogs will eat corn.
Dogs can't eat an ear on the... corn on the cob. They don't have anything to hold the thing up with.
He's Chick's right.
Bones and artifacts are great, but ancient poop can offer archaeologists tremendous insights into dietary patterns, parasite evolution,
the dog poop
and more.
obviously is in ancient bags.
Sure.
You gotta
By the way, have you
curb
seen
your dog?
Have you seen the videos with the golden retriever eating cereal, and it's the owner's hands behind him, and he's eating cereal, and the golden retriever.
Oh man, you must have laughed for 2 seconds.
Oh boy, I love it. It's hilarious.
Boy.
And one of my dogs, every time you take him for a walk, she stops every few hundred yards and just sits there. There's a hilarious video. Have you seen the one of the guy with the golden retriever and the dog won't go? And he's literally trying to drag it across the sidewalk. This dog's not going anywhere.
Poor baby.
We'll have to
funny.
Find that and put that up. That is absolutely
Hurting the
hilarious.
dog, then, though.
No, he wasn't hurting the dog.
That's
Now,
a shame.
we had a interesting story about Joe Buck, the great sports announcer, and he has been doing play-by-play on various normal day-to-day activities. People will send him a video, and he'll do play-by-play on the birthday cake being brought out or whatever it might be. He's been asked to do a pornographic video, and he said he will do it if, Al Michaels and...
Jim Nance and Mike Tirico say yes.
If they'll do one. Of course, he's kidding. He's not going to be doing it.
Of course not.
But we had a request for this. This is really obscure, and I'm so glad people remember this. It's simply called live home theater.
Good morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Yeah, good morning, Bob.
Yes, hello.
How you doing?
Fine, who's this?
Well, I'd rather not give my name.
All right.
I represent a small troupe of traveling players.
Yes.
You mean like you
guys like a Shakespeare troupe
live stage play?
Live theater?
Exactly.
I see.
Only we recreate famous adult cinema movies.
So you'll bring your troupe to someone's house and perform?
That's exactly right. I knew you were a player, Bob.
What is the name of your troupe?
What is the name of our troupe?
That's the question I was asking you. You see, a theater traveling theater troupe doing adult pornographic. I was wondering if you had a name for the troupe.
I'll let you talk to my partner.
All right.
Can you hang on?
Yes, we can.
Great, super. Bob and Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine. You're a member of the, adult theater troupe?
Yeah, we go do a live, sort of a Shakespeare in the park kind of thing.
So, right now,
Currently, it's just the two of you?
Currently, it's just us. Yeah.
So it's an all-male troop then.
Just the two of you guys?
I thought you were recreating classic adult cinema.
What's the name of your troop?
Well, it's funny you should ask that.
Uh-huh.
Hold on, let me put my partner on.
Hello?
Hello, Bob and Tom.
Just the two of you guys, and you are...
Our troop's called Live Sex Acts in Your Home.
Catchy name.
What do you guys charge for a live performance?
$5,000.
$5,000?
What's the name of the troop again? The two guys who perform
Live sex acts in your home.
You know, that's a catchy name.
It really is, actually.
We'd like to do a scene for you if we can.
Okay.
And this is from what production?
This is from our annual summer Julius Caesar.
Oh, okay. Kind of a Shakespeare thing.
Shakespeare in the Park. All right.
Okay.
This is scene 2.
All right.
Okay.
Julius Caesar.
All right.
Hey, Mark Anthony, is it you?
There you go. Live home theater. $5,000.
Yeah. That's wow.
Yeah, sort of predates.
All they needed were 2 or 3
quarantine.
gigs, and they'd be set for the year.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Well, thank you.
$5,000.
They don't even have their facts together. It's like the old joke when you're on stage and the phone rings out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And the other guy goes, "You better answer that." So the guy answers it and picks it up and goes, "It's for you."
It's for you.
There you go. Well, speaking of phones ringing, that's the track phone hotline.
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Well, good morning. Hi, fellas. It's Ernie Fergler calling from Fergler's Hardware.
Hey, Ernie, how are you, buddy?
Well, we're fine. I just wanted to let you know that we're open for business once again.
Well, it's essential. People need to have their stuff at the
Well,
hardware
that's
store.
right. For a while, we were one of the few hardware stores in the country declared non-essential and ordered to close. But when the government found out we sell bidets, they let us reopen.
Yeah.
Well, since you can't buy toilet paper or get it very easily, the next best thing is to get your butthole area hosed with water.
Sure.
Now, you're not really clean, you're not really dirty, but it's better than nothing. If you're the kind of person that goes both number 1 and number 2, then these bidets are perfect for you. Just between you and me and the lamppost, they're not really bidets. I'm going to tell you that right now.
What are they?
Well, they're just some malfunctioning toilets that we got stuck with. The flush valve's been jury-rigged, and when you push the handle down, water and anything else in the bowl comes out like a geyser.
Is that right?
Oh, God, just about knocks you off the seat. Yeah, it's horribly unsanitary and impractical, but if it gets our doors open again, we're selling them with a smile. So come on down and pick one up of our new bidets. They're available in 3 different models: Splash Mountain, Poop Bazooka, and the Tush Tsunami.
Okay.
That's right. You buy any one of the. You know, they should make an Australian one called Good Bidet Mate.
Yes, they should.
They should. They buy any one, and we'll include a 20% coupon for a new mop, because trust me, you're going to need it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, these things make an awful mess, but in some ways, it's still better than pooping in a hole in your backyard.
Yes.
Sure.
Now, this is Ernie Fergler saying, remember, you'll make out like a burglar when you shop at Fergler's. Come on in. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye,
Stay
Ernie.
safe there, Ern.
Thank you, Ernie.
My gosh.
Wow. Good to know. Bidet, mate.
Yeah, the bidet mate.
Do you remember there was a lawsuit years ago when a Portisand company came out with the Here's Johnny
Really?
toilet, portable toilets?
I said, well, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a famous case. the great Johnny Carson. Yeah. We return to Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
A new video out there appears to show a monkey flying a kite going viral. In the clip, the monkey stands on the terrace of a building and maneuvers a kite through the air. The primate appears to be pulling the kite's thread towards itself before catching the kite when it comes within reach. It was tweeted by Indian Forest Service officer Susanta Nada, who writes, "Yeah, it's a monkey for sure. Now, it's unclear whether this footage is real, but the original video has been viewed like hundreds of thousands of times. This is from India, so I don't know. We'll have to take it for what it is."
Beginning of the end here.
Monkeys flying kites.
And no one seen Planet of the Apes.
Don't they have problems with monkeys in India?
Yeah, they run
they're
amok.
everywhere. Yeah, they can't have al fresco dining anymore because monkeys take their rolls and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, there's the monkeys overrunning hotel balconies.
Yes.
I believe it.
You believe a monkey can fly a kite?
Well, sure, if someone gets the kite up there, just hands the monkey the string.
Yeah, true.
If a bulldog can skateboard, a monkey can fly a kite.
Oh, sure. Yeah, if a squirrel can ski. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top three kite flyers? Anyone?
Oh, well, you got Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin, number one.
Franklin's got to be everybody number one.
Number two, the family and Mary Poppins.
Right.
Let's go fly a kite. Yeah. And number three would have to be Stevie Techmeyer. He was a neighbor of mine, and boy, he could get that kite going.
Could he?
I tell you what.
Wow. Okay.
Did you see the video over the weekend of the two gals playing tennis in Italy from one rooftop to the other?
Really?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. They were actually volleying a tennis ball from one roof to the other. It was pretty amazing.
You don't want to accidentally go out of bounds.
And that's exactly what I mean, it's creepy.
I have trouble keeping the ball on the court when I used to play, and now I can't imagine.
Oh, yeah.
And tennis, real hard.
Very hard. That's why pickleball's so much nicer. It's easier to play.
Man.
Pickleball. That's pickleballs with the smaller.
It's a smaller racket, almost like a racquetball racket, and a smaller court. It's easier to play. A lot of fun. It's kind of like ping pong on a big table, on a big tennis court.
They've seemed to. Here's the monkey thing, but they on this one site they've actually pulled the video down. Okay, here it is. Yep, there's a monkey.
Flying a kite?
Yeah, these monkeys hauling
Flying
it
a
in.
kite, huh?
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's standing way up high in the corner of a building.
What kind of monkey would you say it is?
Looks like a baboon or something. I'm not sure if it's a monkey.
Huh.
That or it's a guy in a monkey suit. I thought it would be a lot closer. This guy's 100 yards away from the thing.
Could it be a Sasquatch?
Could be a Sasquatch.
There you go.
He admitted that it could be.
They're out there and they're flying kites.
Seems much more likely that they're doing it. Maybe the monkey is a bad fisherman, so I thought he'd do this instead. I don't know.
You ever seen a box kite? How do those work?
Yeah.
What the hell's going on up there?
Yeah, how do they even get up there?
I don't understand it.
I get the traditional kite-shaped kites. They catch wind.
I hate them because I don't understand them. I fear things I don't understand.
Yeah, I remember getting one of those when I was a kid once.
Putting it together and going, how's this work?
All the sticks.
Yes.
Yeah, good Lord.
Immediately putting it into a high-tension wire in the back of my house.
And whoever put tails on kites, genius. It makes it so much more fun. It's so pretty.
It is. It's nice, isn't it?
When we were kids, they didn't have
So
that.
we never really came up with anybody other than
Well, don't discount
Ben Franklin, Mary Poppins, and then
and Stevie Techmeyer, the kid that lived on my street.
What do you want to add to
Tree
that?
Trails in Fenton, Missouri.
I don't think there are any other famous kite flyers.
No, we're missing something. Maybe the kite runner from that depressing.
Oh,
there you go. War-torn, whatever.
Yeah, I read that.
I always loved that phrase, kiting checks. Someone is arrested for kiting checks.
Yes.
What are you in for? I kited a couple checks. No kidding.
I was not quite sure how that works.
I miss Go Fly a Kite as a sort of.
Why don't you go fly a kite?
I'm bringing it back.
Are you?
Yeah, Christy, go fly a kite.
All right.
I like take a long walk off a short pier.
That's a great one.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Christy, did you see this thing about drunk Martha Stewart?
No. Was she on video?
It says the 70-year-old Martha Stewart delighted fans recently leaving a gibberish comment on an Instagram post after downing too many cocktails.
Love it.
Right.
Stewart's comment on the chicken farm account, the best little hen house in Texas, came out, and they've transcribed it. I'll read it as written. Emma's me sure you feed water to them daily. Keep the heatest no MK and S and ND. When you finally come back to NYC, who's going to care for them?
Here, here.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you're right, Martha.
She followed it with a laughing, crying emoji, said, "What a mess I have been drinking."
Sheesh. All right.
Well, she's out of prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did the crime. She did her time.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Drink some Pruno, make some chocolate chick cookies.
I made chocolate chip cookies yesterday. Yum.
I don't see any in the green room.
It's because we ate almost all.
I have something for you, by the way, in my car.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to know what it is, or do you want to be surprised?
Well, I want to know what it is.
2 boxes of Cheez-Its.
Yes.
I gave her one last week.
Oh,
yes, he
okay.
did. But it was a small box. It was
I have
out.
one box of Cheez-Its for you.
In fact, Sophie goes, "This is the biggest box Ace could come up with." I was like, "We should be grateful."
Is it like an animal cracker box of Cheez-Its? Teeny tiny Cheez-Its? Yeah.
It was kind of a small one, but it was
I
very,
didn't know they made them bigger.
Tom, if we were to put a Cheez-It in front of you and a Cheese Nip in front of you, would you be able to tell the difference?
Oh, I would.
Well, first of all, there's a joke I could do that I won't.
Oh, if it were cold, the Cheese Nip would be harder than the.
Well, or
certainly. Yeah.
No, I would not know.
Cheese Nip,
What is the difference? What is a Cheez-It?
Man doesn't know the difference between a Cheez-It and a Cheese Nip.
What is a Cheez-It?
It's so disgusting. It's a white trash thing, apparently.
Like he stepped in something.
The Cheese Nip, I would say, is the lesser cheese
I would
cracker.
agree. It's not as cheesy.
Those puffy cheese things?
No, they're squares.
They're
little
square
squares,
crackers.
crunchy. I kind of like the ones that are slightly burnt. Oh, they're
And
delicious.
the cheese nips compete with the Cheez-Its?
Yes. Yeah. You want your Cheez-It, though. That's
okay. Yeah. All right.
Cheese Nips, the box is kind of a cartoon lettering, and Cheez-It means business.
Yeah, they should. It's bold.
Yeah.
It's very,
bold printing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. When we come back, got a great request for something very obscure. We're going to dig around. We found it. I think you'll like it. It involves a vacation going wrong when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Hey, for everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. All the latest highlights, news, and information, links to our social media, and, of course, much, much more. You can always email us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. If there's a song or a bit or a comedian you'd like to request that you haven't heard in a while, we'll see if we can't get it on for you. It's as easy as emailing us, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Put request in the subject line. Let us know what you want to hear. Boom. Instant request. That's how it works around here. You were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Wayne Gretzky, optimistic the NHL will be able to resume at some point this summer. He tells reporters he's hopeful hockey and other sports will be able to come back from the virus and serve as a sign that conditions are improving. The great one says he believes leaders in the United States and Canada will find a way to bring back hockey and other sports in June, July, and August. William Byron won his second consecutive NASCAR virtual race, holding off Timmy Hill in a drama-free event at the virtual Richmond Raceway. Charles Leclerc has won his second straight Formula One virtual Grand Prix, taking the Chinese GP from the pole position. And players and coaches for Italian soccer team Roma have waived their salary for 4 months following the March shutdown due to the coronavirus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you own a pair of sweatpants?
I hate sweatpants.
Please tell me you have loungewear, like something you don't just wear jeans or something every day, do you?
Yeah.
How?
Can you imagine Tom in a wife beater?
With a cigarette hanging out of
and
the
a spaghetti sauce stain right there.
and 2 ice cubes of bourbon and a rocks glass.
All right, who left the crayons out?
I said, listen.
We make that video.
Oh,
you in a white beater. Hi!
Oh,
That'll
Tom.
go viral.
Bob Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
She never was abused when she was younger. Her father never up and ran away. And even though her family gave her all the love she needs, somehow she's a bitch anyway. And when I try to tell her funny stories, she says, I guess you had to be there. Even though the humor's plain to see. And when the evening news shows homeless people, she says it's their own damn fault. And then she turns and watches MTV. She never is the first to say she's sorry. And she takes offense to every word I say. And even though she lives in the richest country in the world, somehow she's a bitch anyway. She turned out a bitch anyway. She's always a bitch anyway.
Yeah. Hi, man, this is Donnie Baker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
No, my dad never yelled. He just stared at us. It just was a scary thing. Because, you're just having fun in the dark and just fooling around, jumping from the top of one bunk to the other and sometimes colliding in midair with another guy. Stuff like that.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden the light comes on. You'd be talking and messing around, and all of a sudden the light would be on, and he would just be there. And it psyched the heck out of us. And then that's when we knew he wasn't dead. There you go. and you just you ever see the wildlife shows and the prairie dogs and their heads pop up and they spot the eagle?
Sure.
That's us at night when that light came on. All our heads came up, and there he was. And we're like, we'd go right back down real fast. And
Thank you, Mr. Announcer. Oh, my nose is cold. Does that mean I'm...
Fascinating.
8:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
We have things to get to, like
Thanks,
how about helping out essential workers? That's what we're doing. We've gotten together with Hughes Culinary, and they're going to start making some great lunches for all those people working hard at the hospitals and stuff right now. It's an amazing job that they're doing, and we're going to help them by buying them some lunch. If you go to the Q95 website, you can click on there and make a donation, and for everyone you buy, I'm buying one. It's that simple. And then Citizens State Bank stepped up. They're going to do the same. So check it out by going to Q95.com or any of our social media. You'll see how you can make it a donation. And just buy a lunch for some of those people working hard and really risking their lives. It's the least we can do. A nice lunch from the likes of St. Elmo's, etc. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Had a really obscure request, and it's coming up. I'm very happy with this one.
Okay.
I didn't know we still had it. This is the Bob and Tom program. Ace Cosby is our engineer. Chick McGee's over there. That's Josh. I'm Tom. Christy Lee is behind the glass in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, and Pat Godwin has joined us via Zoom. Hey, Pat.
Put him on the glass, Christy.
One of the things that we've lost probably is the summer vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know. No camps, but also lost already spring break.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I was reminded of this, received a request for this. This is from someone who remembers a very obscure day in which Larry King had gone on vacation, and, you'll hear things did not go all that well.
Larry King was on vacation.
Yeah?
Was he?
And I believe, this is Larry on the hotline?
Larry, good morning.
Hey, good morning, gang. How's everyone?
Great.
I'm glad to hear you all had a nice vacation.
Oh, it was
Us
wonderful.
too. But I got a funny thing that happened. True story here.
What is that, Larry?
I take the wife to a very nice little resort on a big lake, and I realize in that part of the country, one must negotiate long walks down paths through woods and deep sand, sometimes deep steps, real steep ones to reach the beautiful private beaches.
Yeah.
Gang, you ever walk down 110 steps at a steep angle that are covered with slick sand?
No.
Steps that are as old as the resort itself. Like 90 years old.
Yeah.
You ever do that 2-3 times a day for 3 days? You ever been my age and done that? No. Well, I got to tell you, coming back up at the end of the day of that last trek, Pork Chop Hill is a killer. When you're half scoured from the sun and full of liquor. Long story longer. 3 days of hiking back and forth on this trail of tears with coolers, beach chairs, the dog misses, and a quickly worsening attitude. I had just about had it with anything beachy. As we ascended to the top of the lodge on the last day, I'm thinking, I'm giddy, man. I'm thinking, you know what? I want a steak. I've got my chops and my heart set on a big, juicy, artery-clogging, heart-slamming porterhouse at one of the many fine bistros in the area there. So we clean up at the resort. I do the entire body talcum powder routine that I do several times a day.
Absolutely.
That's why the lovely skin, if you were wondering. We're off. My wife notices it's a lovely early evening and inquires at the desk when sunset is. 9:08, says the clerk. Obviously, the stage director at the local summer stock actors barn. Dressed entirely in black.
Yeah.
His feet were a foot off the ground. And
A little bit light in the loafers, was he?
Imitation artist.
908!
We go to the car. Yeah, that's right. 908! We go to the car. I'm thinking, okay, dinner. Then out for sunset. Okay, that could be nice. The old sunset, and we'll watch that.
Yeah.
As I drive away, I hear, it's a shame we didn't go to the beach for the sunset for dinner. I say, what for dinner? What about Louis' House of Beef? Well, we're headed for a nice, sane, dry, sand-free meal. Where actual people bring you lovely drinks and wonderful food as you sit in the comfort of cool air conditioning. What about that? We can do the damn sunset shtick after the cordials. To which wifey dearest retorts, why don't we pick up some steaks and grill them on the beach?
Yeah.
We were driving. I immediately did a hard left turn at the corner and hoped her passenger's side door was ajar, where she would be thrown from the car under a manure truck and drug a few hundred feet. Noticing in my brief daydream that she was still sitting there with a look of, we're doing this now, and it's your ass, Pop. Quickly thinking, I say, where are we going to find good steaks to grill in this small town? And I'll be damned if right smack dab in front of me is a gourmet resort grocery store with a front window that reads, Prime Select Steaks and Fine Wines for your beach picnic here.
Oh, no.
If I ever catch that little window jockey who did that, Sean shrieks with delight, there. Damn the luck. $70 later, I've got steak, sides, wines. Wait a minute, no, it was only $67. I remember now. I put that extra small propane canister back on the shelf, as I knew I had plenty of that. Well, we're back to the hotel to change into my clam diggers for the big beach dinner. I'm trying to play along because I figure this is the ticket for the train to Nookieville.
Right.
We grab the beach chairs, the little grill.
Did you take your mosquito repellent?
No, hell no. Are you kidding? You ever talk, you know what beach flies are, Tom?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm totally infested in it.
Yeah.
They've
You're
made
jumping
a home
ahead.
on me.
I'm
We
sorry.
grab the beach chairs, the little cooler, the food, the dog, the blanket. We go off to negotiate the bunkers at Normandy. You ever been on the lake when a big storm kicks up out of nowhere? Just as I set everything down, poured the wine, ready to light the grill, it starts. So after several I told you so's, I grab everything. We beat a path back up 110 steps. 110 sand-covered, lopsided, wobbly steps. You ever fallen on a gas grill, gang, on wooden steps? No. Bob, do you know what a hip pointer is?
Yes, I do.
I I got 2 of them.
Oh.
Yeah, so we make it back to the room. I recall suggesting to my adorable wife where her beach sand could be pounded, and references to anchors as leg chains for. And I'm, of course, speaking of getting lucky in the biblical sense, unless I pull out the old Larry charm. I set the grill out on the covered patio, pull out the steaks, light the grill, nothing. Did I mention I put the small propane canister back?
Yes.
I was sure I have one.
No propane.
Okay, I'm having steak, I declare. I get dressed. We're heading back to the restaurant.
Having steak.
I'm having steak. Now I'm saying, you get in the car, we're going. Now she's even happy. Happy for me that I'm happy, and happy that I put the weapons away. We quickly get into our finest, head to Louis. Sure, it's going to be a late dinner. I love a late dinner on vacation. Doesn't everyone?
Sure.
We arrive, I say, let's have a drink at the bar first. 2 gin and tonics later, we agree to ask the hostess to seat us. I'm informed that the kitchen closed 5 minutes ago. I laughed at her. I said, good one, pointing to Sean. She put you up to that, didn't she? She didn't?
No.
Damn. The quizzical look I got told me that she hadn't. True enough, the nightmare continued. But, surely I said, there's time to go back to the grocery and get that bottle of propane. We jump in the car, head back. The grocery store is open. Unbelievable. I run in, go to the shelf. Where the hell is it? It was right there, I shouted. The canister had been sold around 2 hours earlier.
Oh, no.
In fact, she said, yes. The elderly woman said, I remember when you came in earlier and put that can back, the next guy in line bought it. We bought subs from the deli and sat out on the dock and ate them. It was pretty good. And then I asked the lady what mine was made of. Pork. Pork.
Pork.
Oy vey.
A little pork.
True story.
Larry, glad you had a nice vacation.
It was a lot of fun. I got some random thoughts. Maybe
Okay, all right. Thank you, Larry. That's a true story, by the way. Every word. Oh, that makes me feel so good. Christy, give me the teaser. What's coming up in the news?
Well, coming up, we have Samsung redesigned its TV boxes so they're easily converted into cat houses or entertainment centers.
Cat houses.
Yes.
No, not a whorehouse. A cat.
That'd be a little. Never mind. That'd be a little shop for whores if it was.
Okay. Very little. Okay. Well, we'll get to that when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hope you had a great weekend. We've made it to Monday. That's right. We're here live, everybody. It's Monday, April 20th, 2020. 420, 2020, 420, 420. Let's see, 420. Oh, 420. I get it. Smoke them if you got them, everybody. Enjoy your 420 day. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news update from the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk. President Donald Trump says his administration and Congress getting close to a deal on an aid package of up to $450 billion. The money would boost a small business loan program that has run out of money and add funds for hospitals and COVID-19 testing. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin has said he's hopeful of a deal that could pass Congress quickly and get the program back up by midweek. The proposed deal would add roughly $300 billion for the government's Paycheck Protection Program. An additional $50 billion would be appropriated for small business disaster loans. Shares are mostly lower in Asia as oil prices fell back, and Japan's trade data for March was weaker than expected. Shares rose in Shanghai Monday but fell in Hong Kong, Tokyo, and Sydney. Japan reported that exports fell nearly 12% year-on-year in March as the pandemic hammered its major markets in the U.S. and in China. The coronavirus touching all levels of society and increasing tensions as governments ease restrictions that health experts warn should be done gradually to avoid a resurgence of the illness that has killed more than 165,000 people. The mounting pressure was evident in the United States. The Trump administration says parts of the nation ready to begin a gradual return to normalcy, yet some state leaders say woefully inadequate federal action like lack of testing supplies is hindering the response to the illness. The unofficial holiday saluting all things cannabis arrives at a challenging time for the nation's legal marijuana industry. Today is April 20th, or 420. That's the code for marijuana's high holiday, which is usually marked with outdoor festivals and communal smoking sessions. But this year, stay-at-home orders have moved the party online as the marijuana market braces for an economic blow from the coronavirus crisis and a relatively new legal industry. There's no template for how consumers will react during an expected economic downturn. Sales soared at the start of lockdowns in March, but business generally has flattened or tapered off since then. That's a quick look at your news update. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey,
Coach.
Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft.
I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only two kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to show up every year and be seen. Then he drops out. He's called Bernie Sanders. You understand?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Yeah, he comes over to the house in a 3-day beard, sleeps on the couch, makes the place smell weird. He's on something and it damn sure ain't a job. He scares the kids, stays on the phones, got a car somewhere for me to co-sign on. He's been disowned and his wife's run off with Bob. She finally told him he wasn't worth a damn. He tries to blame it all on Vietnam, but he wasn't there. He was 15 in 74. And he's had a bad back and a messy divorce. He's got a workman's comp case tied up in court. He can't move, and I can damn sure vouch for that. He's my brother-in-law. He's from Arkansas. Lord.
9 o'clock at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee has a quick update on the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We'll have sunshine today and a high of 64. It'll be partly cloudy overnight, low 40, and then partly cloudy 54 on Tuesday. Plenty of sunshine right now. It's beautiful, 43 degrees.
And right now we're doing something, you buy one, we buy one. What I'm talking about is we're going to try to buy some lunches for the great folks that are working hard and dangerous work taking care of this coronavirus issue here in our town. It's kind of hard to know what you can do to help these days other than stay safe. But here's something you can do. We've gotten together with Hughes Culinary, the folks from, among other places, St. Elmo's and Harry and Izzy's and Burger Study. And they're making the food. And we're going to buy it. And you go to the Q95 website, and you can, for everyone you buy, I'm buying one.
All right.
And Citizen State Bank stepped up, too. So our goal is to get 1,400 meals for these great people at places like IU Health Centers and American Senior Communities, et cetera, et cetera. Those great people working there, they need a quick break, and what would be better than a quick lunch, huh?
Yeah.
A delicious lunch, like a steak slider, maybe?
Yeah.
A well-deserved lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. So be part of it. I'm happy to write the check, so you can too, and it'll be an important thing to do and a good thing to do in a time when it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what to do. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. It's good to be here. We're lucky to be able to be here and happy to be here. Well, most of us are. Let's see. I look around the room and I see a giant television screen with Pat Godwin on the other end of it. Hey, Pat.
Hi.
How are you? Let's see. Then I see live and in the flesh, it's Ace Cosby, the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. You feel like doing a double one today?
Sure.
Oh, he's got another arrow in the quiver.
Yep, he's ready.
Get that in a second. There's Josh. I'm Tom. That's Chick. And then through the glass over that way, it's the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom with Christy Lee. So, well, Ace, I guess we'll try it again. Now, once again, this is so exciting because the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day now has a sponsor. Steven Singer Jewelers has stepped up, the I Hate Steven Singer guy. And he wants to sponsor this, so go ahead, Steven. Ace, tell him what you've got.
What do you call cows on the side of a hill? Lean beef.
I like it.
Excellent.
The classics. Nothing like it. Okay, Christy Lee, what have you got going over there?
Finally, now your cat has a fancier box to ignore in favor of a tiny one that barely fits 3 of his paws. Samsung has redesigned its TV boxes so that they can be broken down into small furniture pieces.
What?
The tech company will begin using eco-friendly corrugated cardboard for packaging its high-end television sets, which can then be upcycled into magazine racks, cat houses, and shelving.
All right.
Boxes are marked with QR codes that, when scanned by a smartphone, will bring up the instructions on how to refashion your box into other items.
I applaud the effort, but no thank you.
Why? It's fun.
Cardboard shelving and stuff around your house.
We have a Samsung box right here. I'm looking at it to see if it's one of those redesigned ones. I'm going to look at it in the break.
Didn't somebody just, what do they call the little tiny table that's in the middle of a pizza that keeps the box?
Oh, yeah. IKEA made an actual table.
That's right.
Yes.
It's got a name, doesn't it?
Yeah. But that's right. It was at IKEA. You can actually buy one of those for adults.
No. Yeah, full size.
A full size one, yeah. The or as I call it, the Barbie ottoman when it comes with your pizza. Well, that seems like a nice idea.
Yeah. Waste the cardboard.
What are those shelves? Walnut, pine, oak?
Samsung cardboard.
Yeah, cardboard.
Yeah.
That's a nice, really expensive TV.
Good Lord.
What'd that put you back?
$1,200. Wow. How about the shelves? So they're cardboard.
I'm all for breaking down these boxes to put into recycling and stuff. Sure. Come on. What do they call it? Upcycling?
Yeah.
No.
Repurposing?
I just like the word cat house.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
What was it?
Yeah, it sounds, I don't know, just sounds.
Ever been to
fun.
a cat house, Tom?
No.
Never just stepped foot in, huh?
Of course not.
Ever even thought about it?
Just to see what it looked like, smelled like?
I can imagine what it smells like. Have you been to a cat house?
I have not.
Hello, doll.
But I have been to I guess it was. I didn't know it until after I left.
Rub and tug?
My buddy goes, let's go get these massages. We were in Montreal, Canada.
Okay. My buddy says, let's go get massages, and you didn't know.
I didn't. He just goes, it's these beautiful women just give you massages. And so we were in Montreal, and we go, and I got a back rub.
Yeah.
And I leave, and I'm sitting in the lobby waiting for him, and he comes out. And he goes, so what all did she do to you? I go, she massaged my back. He goes, what?
Yeah. What did he do?
Maybe you should have said something in French.
Yeah, exactly. I go, what did you do? He goes, I had sex with her. I go, what the hell?
So that would be, I guess,
sex with her.
Yeah, so it turned out to be a
Le Cat House.
Yeah.
So. Wait a minute.
Is she supposed to proposition you, or you were supposed to
That's
proposition?
what I go, was I supposed to say something? Or
yeah.
And he goes, no, normally they I go, well, she must not have liked me.
Now I'm sad for you.
That's kind of cruel.
I also made the mistake of when she rubbed my back, she goes, do you want oil or powder? And in my head, I was like, I don't want to walk around all oily.
Oh, that might have been the key.
I'm going to get the powder. Oh. Well, the rest of the night, I walked around all powdery. I didn't really think.
Powder emerging from your shoulders.
Yeah.
Maybe the key word was oil.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
I don't know.
what she was waiting for you to say.
Why didn't your buddy tell you this was a house of prostitution?
You know, what'd you talk about on the way over there?
Yeah, I just thought, because we had been working all day. I thought, hey, we'll go get a...
You're not a stupid man.
I was there, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
A Nebraska woman's been growing a mushroom canoe. You want to hear about that?
Oh, I saw this thing.
Katie Ayers' functional 8-foot-long vessel, which she calls My canoe is made of mycelium, the dense fibrous roots of mushrooms that are both buoyant and waterproof. Working with Ash Gordon at Nebraska Mushroom, Ayers was able to grow the canoe using a wooden skeleton and spawn suspended in a special growing room at the facility.
Doesn't Mushroom Canoe sound like a nickname for the male member?
Yes.
Did you see the Mushroom Canoe on that guy?
The canoe is still alive, meaning it grows mushrooms when they take it out in the water. The 28-year-old student at Central Community College in Columbus hopes to raise awareness for fungi's use in cleaning up the environment. It's the morel season.
Mushroom canoe.
Mushrooms.
Throw
everywhere.
the old mushroom canoe down the hallway, huh?
It's like a Grateful Dead cover band.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight it's Mushroom Canoe.
Or a Timothy Leary poem, if he were to.
Yeah, had a request here when we're honoring lots of requests today. This is an odd request. Is it wrong to ask you, writes Aletha, is it wrong to ask you to play the segment where you boo Greg Warren? If it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Well, we have to play it then. Here it is.
Oh, is Greg Warren coming in today?
Oh, come on. What a jerk.
There you go. That's a short request. And then
From
this
who?
one.
Who was that from?
Aletha.
Oh, it's pronounced Alicia, but she has a lisp.
Super. Yeah. Super.
No.
Well,
it's a bad lisp. She even writes it.
No wonder the lady didn't give you the full massage.
Yeah.
That's a bad lisp if you have to type it. Huh?
This is from Devin in Dallas, Oregon. He wants to hear a little bit of something from Rodney Carrington. This is during a live day. We had the whole band up here and got going with Rodney, and you can see this derails fairly quickly.
Shot a man just for snoring. Got out of bed and he shot him dead. Well, his name was, I didn't know what his name was, so we just called him Fred. He was riding across the desert on a horse to another town, looking for a woman in a nightgown. The horse's name was, I didn't know what his name was, so we just called him Fred. Oh, now Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred. Well, he got to a town, he met a woman in a nightgown. She was wearing a brown belly brand. Well, her name was, I didn't know what her name was. I got you, didn't I, boys? Listen, let's stop for a second. I didn't know what her... You guys want to try that again? I didn't know what her name was. So...
It's like Haywood meets Rodney.
I think I waited a little too long to come in on the end there. All right, hold on. Well, when we got...
know what her name was.
I didn't know what her name was, so we just called her Fred. There we go. Oh, now Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred, Fred's riding Fred. That song was written under the influence of alcohol and a few other things I can't tell you about on the radio. Had you been drinking alcohol at the time of hearing the Fred song, you'd be, well, I should say by saying that alcohol has a tendency to make you think things are actually funnier than what they really are. Had you been drinking alcohol at the time of hearing this Fred song, you'd be laying on the floor right now laughing your ass off. Saying the same thing I'm saying. Why the hell's he singing the Fred song? Fred!
Thank you. Rodney Carrington live. Getting a little bit derailed there. Thank you very much, Rodney. Another great request. Got a real short one for you, Chick.
Yep.
From James. He writes,
Hello, James.
I have had Bertha's butt boogie stuck in my head for the last 3 days.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The butt. Thank you very much. By request, going out to James K. Now, we live
James
in
K.
a...
Polk?
Pardon me?
James K. Polk?
No. James K. Branham is actually.
Oh, okay.
But a good guess.
Thanks, man. That's the only James K. I was aware
your
of.
top 3 James K's. He's probably James K. Polk, probably numero uno, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I can't think of another.
We live in a digital world, fellas and ladies, and having your identity stolen can be worse than having your car stolen or having your house burglarized. It should make you feel better about the locks in your car and the doors at your house. But you're vulnerable. You've got a digital footprint out there. It's important to understand how cybercrime is affecting our lives. Identity theft is another serious issue. Someone's identity is stolen every 2 seconds. So you could miss certain identity threats if you're just monitoring your credits. So it's a good thing that there's LifeLock out there. LifeLock detects a wide range of identity threats. For example, your social security number could be for sale right now on the dark web. And if they detect information like that, LifeLock will send you an alert. No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor transactions at all businesses. LifeLock can see threats you might miss on your own. You'll sleep better knowing that someone's watching all that stuff, so they're not getting that check that you're supposed to get from the government, or they're not maybe getting a car with your credit line. So join now. It's very inexpensive. You get to save 25% off your first year if you use the code TOM25. So either call 1-800-LIFELOCK or just go to lifelock.com. The promo code TOM25. That's TOM25 at lifelock.com for 25% off. Christy, the teaser, please.
Oh, coming up, we have Today in History because Reno Collier is going to join us.
Oh.
And we also have a guy who broke into a restaurant and helped himself to food for 4 days.
Oh. How about that?
4 days.
Just moved right in. Be kind of fun. We'll find out about all those things when we return. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, if you missed today's show, we will have an afternoon double play heading your way this afternoon beginning at 3 p.m. Eastern. Christopher steps in and we'll replay today's show back-to-back. Just for those of you who may have missed it, or heck, you thought it was so good you want to hear it again and again this afternoon at 3 p.m. right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. You're welcome. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Organizers of Saturday's One World Together at Home special say nearly $128 million raised to fight the coronavirus outbreak. Most of the money came from corporate sponsors lined up before the special. It was intended as a message of support for medical personnel and essential workers, and a pick-me-up for those quarantined at home. Lady Gaga, who curated the special, opened with a peppy version of the Charlie Chaplin song Smile. The Rolling Stones, Elton John, Stevie Wonder, Keith Urban, Casey Musgraves, Taylor Swift, Eddie Vedder, Billy Joe Armstrong, Lizzo, John Legend, and Sam Smith with Billie Eilish with Phineas were among the other performers. Beyonce, a surprise guest, who spoke about how the virus is affecting the black community. Idris Elba said he and his wife had their lives turned around after contracting the coronavirus. The actor says getting COVID-19 was definitely scary, unsettling, and nervous. The British-born movie and TV star tells the Associated Press his diagnosis led to a complete upheaval of his life, even though his symptoms were mild, as are most cases of the disease. Elba says the pandemic is a reminder that, quote, the world doesn't tick on your time. Now that Elba and his wife are over the disease, they're working with the UN to lessen the effects of COVID-19 on farmers and food producers in rural areas. And the coronavirus pandemic turned out to be a stroke of good fortune for a New York man who lost his wedding ring 3 years ago. The man and his wife dining at Coconuts restaurant in Fort Lauderdale when the ring slipped off his finger and through the restaurant's wooden floorboard, seemingly lost forever to the tide. Restaurant manager decided to replace the patio deck recently since the eatery is doing only takeout during the pandemic. As the work was being done, Ryan Krivoy found a gold coin, $100 bills, and a silver wedding ring with the inscription Mike and Lisa 8/21/15. The restaurant posted the image online, and after being shared about 5,000 times, the man's wife called to reclaim the ring. The Sun-Sentinel newspaper reports she texted photos of the couple at the eatery, and the ring was returned. Meanwhile, the money, including the value of the gold coin, split amongst the restaurant workers. That's good news. That's a look at your entertainment news. I'm Mark Allison. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
What was it, Christy? Food play?
I call it food play. Temperature play, yeah.
Again, so what people want to think they're having interpersonal relations with a corpse?
Your body is sensitive to hot and cold. It doesn't.
Oh, we've covered a lot of ground there.
Well, we have sex, more of it in the news coming up.
Tom not having it.
Yeah.
Man, loosen up.
I dated a girl that always had ice up in there. Always. Yeah, our relationship was on the rocks.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Well, Jerry, this time we've really done it. We went and caught the crabs.
That's right, Dino. Pubic enemy number 1. Let's tell those girls how we feel.
Strangers in my shorts, I keep on scratching.
Strangers in my shorts, these eggs keep hatching.
With each and every itch, I'm reminded of you.
No wonder those girls were so easy, Dino.
We met at that motel down by the ocean.
Now I'm back at home with my Quell lotion.
Trying to forget our little rendezvous. Strangers in my shorts, they're multiplying. Strangers in my shorts, why aren't they dying?
I'm sitting here at home with my little comb. The medicine the doctor gave doesn't work, I'll have to shave.
Every time I look, they make...
9:19 at Q95, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
These are confusing times, and what do you do to help? Well, stay safe, of course. But we've come up with a kind of an interesting thing today, I think. We hooked up with our friends at Hughes Culinary, known for great food, and they're going to be making lunches for some of the people that are working on this coronavirus downtown and other places in various hospitals around town, like IU Health Centers and American Senior Communities. So the idea is go to Q95.com, click on that little square thing that says Donate Now, and you can buy somebody lunch, a very brave healthcare worker, and then if you buy them one, we'll buy them the next one. So, in other words, it's kind of a 2-for-1. You put in your cash, we'll put in ours, putting our money where our mouth is today. So if you get a chance, it's very confusing as to what you can do that's a good thing right now, except for staying safe and keeping your social distance, et cetera, et cetera. But this is kind of a fun, if it can be fun, a neat idea. So thanks also to Citizen State Bank for stepping up. They're going to do the matching thing too. So how about that? Our goal is to get 1,400 meals. So we'll see how we're doing. Christy has a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Sunshine 64, 44 right now.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I just look to my left and I see Reno Collier.
Good morning.
With his jutting beard. Sounds pretty good. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, don't do that anymore.
Can we go back to the phone?
Wow.
Yikes.
Or at least turn the monitor off. I don't know.
We are worldwide on American Forces Radio, coast to coast on great radio stations all over the place. And we're also doing a little thing with YouTube. So you can see us. You can actually see Reno.
Yeah.
And Reno has the large goatee. Oh, stop that.
I'll accept that kiss, Reno.
Atta girl, Christy Lee.
Back at you.
You look so pretty today.
Oh, thank you.
You're not a beard person, are you, Christy?
I am not. But, these are different
when in
times.
Rome.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see Reno, but Josh pretty much shaved off his beard.
Oh, it looks good, man.
Oh, thanks.
You look so much younger.
5 o'clock shadow.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer the beard, but yeah, my face is legitimately colder today.
Is it?
Yeah.
My nose is cold. I told you that earlier.
Did you shave your nose?
Interesting. An interesting discussion we had about.
Okay, I got a love letter to you, Reno.
All right.
I don't have it in front of me, but the essence of it was this guy writes, I loved Reno Collier's tribute to the late great Tim Wilson.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You did an Uncle BS. Do you happen to remember the essence of that?
It was Uncle. I wanted to hear Tim take his take on what was going on now with an Uncle BS. Where it'd be like Uncle BS. Where are you December 20th, 2019? Well, let me think there. Wuhan, China. I'm trying to sell bat sandwiches to some guy who wants everyone to wash their hands, and I said, Buddha, man, I'm in the people pleasing.
Wow.
I think that was it.
That's
it was
perfect.
Something like that.
That's so nice. Christy Lee is at the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, and she's got what, Today in History?
That's correct. I don't know if Leonard wants to do the intro or not. I haven't seen him. Ah, there he comes.
Time now for Today in History. And Christy.
Thank you,
Rhymes with history. History.
Hitting the sauce.
On this date in 1611, the first known performance of Shakespeare's Macbeth was held.
Ah.
Huh.
The original name of McDonald's, by the way.
Macbeth's?
Macbeth's, yeah.
I'm skeptical.
You think that's true? No?
Out damn spot. Many good, good quote from Macbeth.
Isn't that a commercial for Calgon or something?
It is, yeah. Out damn spot.
What?
I wonder if he had a door deal.
He did.
Shakespeare?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was 75.
Yeah.
On this date...
10% of the door, 10% of the mead goes to the club owner.
Mead.
He had merch, though. He sold
of course he did.
Those big collars that was wide as your shoulders, look like an accordion.
Yeah.
People love those. I'm surprised Zany doesn't have those.
I'm surprised, too. On this date in 1862, Louis Pasteur and Claude Bernard complete their first pasteurization test.
How about that?
Boy, Claude Bernard got the short end of the stick.
He sure
Yeah,
did.
you never hear his name, do you?
Never had Bernardized milk.
No.
Maybe
They named that dirt ball after him.
What dirt ball?
What?
A dirt clod.
Oh, Claude.
Claude.
Oh, yeah,
All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm out of here. Thanks, guys. Have a great morning, everybody.
Take her easy, buddy. Thanks a lot.
And we jump all the way to 1944, when the NFL legalized coaching from the bench. Where was it? Where was it before that?
At the coach's house. He wasn't allowed in the stadium.
Hell?
Yeah. And
Where was the coach before?
press box, I'm sure, probably.
Really?
He's like everybody else watching it on TV. Put Johnson in there.
Right. What the hell's going on
So
here?
they weren't on the sideline?
Where would they? I don't understand
I
this.
have no idea about any of this.
That's
never
weird.
heard of it.
They had to put him on the sideline. They had nowhere to dump the Gatorade.
I've always, I've always seen.
All right, good night.
No, I like that joke.
It was
Reno.
funny.
Thank you,
The
Josh.
team having to run up all the stairs to get to the press box.
No, the coaches,
right.
smoking on the sideline, stuff like that, and they're wearing a hat and
A suit.
I don't know. I had no idea about this. Never heard of.
Who was the last coach in the NFL to wear a suit on the sideline?
Tom Landry, probably. He wore a suit and that dumb hat.
Some people like the hat. Just because he's a cowboy. Oh, it's unbelievable.
What's happening?
Okay, Christy, back to you.
On this date in 1948, New York City hiked subway fares from 5 to 10 cents.
Oh, that's double.
Yeah.
Nickel and dimed him, huh?
Yeah.
By definition, I guess.
I wonder if the graffiti on the side of the subway said Truman is a slut.
Did it put all those new machinery in? I bet it took them forever.
Or Bess eats it or something.
Yeah.
Bess Truman?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Never mind.
On this date in
Oddly enough.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead, Chris.
No, go ahead.
No. What do you got?
No, I was just going to say, bring some more of that garbage, Reno. I was just wondering how much a stab wound cost to get sewn up back then after you got off the subway. Anyway, all right, Christy, just go, please. I apologize.
On this date in
I'm having a tough time.
1977, Woody Allen's Annie Hall was released.
I think it holds up. I know you don't, Chick.
I do, too. It makes me laugh a lot.
I do not.
1977, so that was even before he adopted his wife.
Yep, I knew there'd be a problem.
All right, now we got something.
We're moving.
On this date in 1979, I don't recall this story. Jimmy Carter was attacked by a swamp rabbit while fishing. What's a swamp rabbit?
Wasn't there an article in Playboy about this? I thought.
A swamp rabbit, a rabbit that lives in the swamp, or is that a code name for a gator? What's it called?
He had he lusts in his heart. He had that quote in there.
And there's a picture of Mr. Carter with some guy was on the scene and it became a real big deal.
Cartoon rabbit.
Trying to hit the
something.
rabbit or something.
I'm looking at swamp rabbits, and they seem to be
rabbits.
Are they
Yeah.
a thing?
Oh, okay.
Just regular rabbits.
The bunny.
How does a
They're just
rabbit attack you?
They're wild animals.
Probably teeth first.
Have you ever been attacked by a rabbit?
Oh, yeah.
It is the rabbit.
They
just
kick
have never-
you, man. Stay away from those feet, right?
Never heard of such a thing.
They kick a hole right in your stomach.
Those are kangaroos, aren't they?
What was he doing in the swamp?
Fishing.
Oh,
That's where you grow peanuts.
Birthdays on this
we're all
date.
saying things. We are definitely talking, but
They're all coming out. They're just not staying out.
Not sticking.
Born in the
Yeah,
state in
thank
1937, George Takei.
I was born in San Francisco.
I was born there.
hello.
Does he still work as an actor, or is he primarily an activist?
I don't know if he's been acting in anything.
Yeah,
or
I can't remember.
It's kind of just himself now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrific guy.
Born on this date in 1949, Jessica Lange.
Still looks great.
And
Beautiful.
born on this date in 1964, Crispin Glover.
Oh, big fan. Yeah, he was Marty McFly's dad, of course.
I love his laugh.
yeah.
That's my favorite part of the.
Oh, we missed one. Did you know that it's Luther Vandross?
Oh.
I think that he made all that great music and
smooth as silk.
Was battling Superman the whole time.
Yeah, Lex Luthor Vandross.
Yeah, it's
You know,
tough
he
gig.
was a backup singer on Bowie's Fame.
He was?
Fame, yeah.
I love that song.
Makes the man make things over.
Fame.
I'm artistic.
It was also the birthday of like the biggest jerk of all time, Adolf Hitler.
Oh, yeah, we were going to not
talk about that.
We figured we'd pass on that.
Well, I was just going to say, you think he was bad as an adult. Imagine him as a kid. Like every single birthday, it's like, all right, this year you're 8. I'm 9.
All right.
Well worth it. Well worth
That's
it.
the cutest Hitler joke I've ever heard.
So, Reno, you're locked up in your house.
Yes, sir.
What is this now, Dave? Where are we? Week
God, who knows?
180.
Week 4. What is this? I can't even remember. How's it going?
It's going all right. We're just watching, we just finished this Murderous Affairs, my wife and I. And I don't know if you guys
TV
watch
show, I hope.
Yeah, not in real life.
Not a new hobby.
Okay.
But we've been joking around. Like the other night, all the lights were out. She was laying in bed, and she's like, "Honey, will you get my allergy pill?" So I'm just joking around. I'm like, "Yeah, it's gonna taste a little different. Just, have a sip." And we kept doing stuff, and then she totally got me. She comes out. She goes, "Hey, baby, will you lay down behind the car and see if my brake lights work?"
Pretty good.
It's all good.
I'm like, touche, you win.
Is that the name of the movie, A Murderous Affair?
Yeah, it's a Netflix.
Yeah.
True crime.
Yeah,
thing?
it's all.
Okay.
Yeah, we're stuck on those crime things.
Yeah.
Law and Order. Dun dun.
I've never seen an episode of Law and Order.
Me either.
Oh my gosh,
Never.
man!
Maybe I should dive in.
If you like it, it is on TV right now.
Yes, I know
You
that.
can find it anywhere. Yeah.
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 Yep.
If it's not on Wii, it's on USA. They run that show constantly.
Yeah.
I love it. I watch it to go to sleep. I can't sleep at night, so I just lay there watching it, which is twisted because it's like, hey, we found a body in a garbage can. Oh, now I can rest. I don't know why,
Yeah.
but it's the music.
I like the true crime ones better because all the other ones, they just make them up.
Sure. Yeah.
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 Get a nice hand.
They have a disclaimer where it says all these events are fictional, but they loosely are based off of other things that really happen.
Right. Sometimes they will be. It's like, oh, okay, this is
Like the one guy making the arrest was a cop.
Yeah.
Real strict standards. Okay, Reno, it's always a great pleasure. Reno Collier, comedian. He'll be in the road when this all ends.
Yes,
I
sir.
look forward to seeing you soon.
Yes.
Love you guys. Have a great week.
Yeah.
You too, man.
Bye,
Sorry, buddy.
Reno.
Come up with another Tim for me. That just made my heart feel good.
I will for sure,
That
buddy.
was so fun. Okay, thank you very much. We return to the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk with Christy Lee. Christy?
I know we all want restaurants to reopen, but some are exercising restraint better than others. Police in Connecticut say a man broke into a restaurant and served himself for 4 days.
Oh, how
According
about
to a Facebook post from New Haven Police, officers responded to the unnamed restaurant Tuesday morning and found Louis Angel Ortiz sleeping inside. Security footage revealed the 42-year-old allegedly broke into the restaurant on Saturday and helped himself to the restaurant's stock of food and alcohol. Police wrote the loss includes an estimated 70 bottles of stolen or consumed liquor.
Whoa.
Man, that's a hell of a bender for 4 days.
You know, he couldn't have done it all.
Couldn't have.
Killed him.
Wouldn't, yeah.
Ortiz faces several charges, including burglary, larceny, and criminal mischief. Police said when officers found Ortiz, he was in possession of a bottle of the restaurant's rum. Management estimate the loss of food and beverage at several $1,000s.
Whoa.
And
all right.
So you think he was going in and out? Stealing it, taking it to his buddies and coming back?
But did you say he was asleep when they found him?
Yeah.
Must have been eating a lot of carbs.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, you'll crash after all that sugar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being locked in a restaurant, Josh?
I imagine it every day of my life. I like to daydream about certain things.
Which restaurant would you choose?
Oh, you know, there might be a place that serves tacos with a bell on it.
See, a Cheesecake Factory would be a good one because they have so much to choose from.
Very wide variety, yeah.
Yeah, you'd never get tired.
Cheesecake alone.
Yeah.
You're right.
Cheesecake has everything.
Yep.
Pizza, we got it.
Yep.
Chicken, yep. Ribs, yep.
Tacos,
And they don't half-ass any of it.
No.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing.
Stop talking about this. I'm getting.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good restaurant.
NASA and SpaceX will soon launch a crew from American soil for the first time in 9 years. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine announced that the launch dates have been set for May 27th. Astronauts have not launched into orbit from the United States since NASA's last space shuttle flight in 2011. The joint venture will send Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken to the International Space Station on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket that departs from the Kennedy Space Center launch pad. That's cool.
I'd like to see it.
Me too.
Oh, it's super cool. I've watched one.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Back in the day, I
man.
watched a space shuttle go up.
Now, did you feel the heat?
The way they had it, they had speakers, and we were across the water.
Mm-hmm.
You could see they had the thing lit up, and you can see the rocket, and it's in the distance, obviously. And then when they've got the countdown going,
yeah,
and then when it gets down to the countdown, when the thing takes off, you're essentially watching a building launch.
Sure.
And
yours was a nighttime launch.
Yeah, it was a nighttime launch.
Yeah.
What I remember most was you saw the thing taking off and it's up off the ground, and then you hear it.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask that.
Later.
Yeah.
Because of the slowness of the sound with respect to the light.
700 miles.
Now, I've heard one come back and break the sound barrier. I heard that I was on a beach once and it came down. Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, it's super cool. Yeah, you should go see this, Josh.
Oh, I'd love it. Yeah.
Yeah,
if we can travel by then.
May 27th be.
Yeah.
I don't think we can. I don't think so,
that's going to be questionable.
At the Kennedy Space Center.
Yep, that'd be cool.
Well, hopefully it's not the last one.
Oh, I'm sure it won't be.
SpaceX is planning on doing a lot.
Because they've been doing them all from what, Kazakhstan?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Isn't that where Borat's from?
Yep.
Kazakhstan.
Is there an ek in the middle of that?
I'm
not sure. I thought it was
I'm
Kazakhstan.
I don't know. Okay. If you're into this, if you're into space, here's a little side note. The Leonid meteor shower is all this week, so you might be able to see some meteors if you're out and about early in the morning and look up in the sky. So
okay.
Coming up, we still have a senior prom with a very special host, if you will, and news for Comic-Con fans coming up.
Well, you can do that one right now because it's a pretty short story.
Well, this year's San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled due to coronavirus.
Whoa.
Governor Gavin Newsom said Tuesday he was not optimistic about a return of mass gatherings for things such as sporting events, concerts, and fairs in the whole year of 2020.
Oh, God.
The convention, which was scheduled to take place July 23rd to July 26th, attracts over 135,000 people each year. The organizers are planning for the festival to return in July of 2021. If you made hotel reservations already, you will be refunded. That event estimates about $147 million generated for the local economy each year in San Diego.
And that's the big one, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, huge.
It's where all the movie deals are made. Yep.
Well, I guess it's bad news for the deodorant industry.
What?
I don't
Oh,
I don't know that the deodorant industry had much of if that demographic was big deodorant users necessarily.
The last thing I need is some false sort of compound under my arm. I'm going to Comic-Con to see if I can see the second Superman.
Bad news for a lot of parents who thought they'd have an empty basement for a week.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, thanks, Christy. Coming up, we have what did you say? We've got the prom thing.
Virtual senior prom.
That was so cool.
And we had a cruise ship out there. I don't know if you heard about this, with no COVID on it, and they have been they've been at sea for over 35 days or something crazy because they finally have been able to dock in Barcelona, but it's been the trip of a lifetime for one man, he said.
Is that the one that has no passengers, just crew?
No, it had, I don't know if this one has crew or he was you're right. It was no passengers aboard. You're right. Absolutely.
That. Cool. No wonder it was a great trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy gets to be all by himself at sea.
Yeah.
Man, he had all the ship's amenities. It was he and his wife. That was it.
Get an omelet made right away.
Apparently he got tired of the comedian, though.
Same show every night.
Yeah. Just one guy.
So, anybody from out of town I know here. From Maryland we talked to.
Heard it.
How about those guys on B deck, huh? Boy, oh boy. They all be like, stuff like that.
Tough guy.
We don't need to do that story.
Have you tried to jump a car lately?
No.
It's crazy.
You're lucky to be able to find the battery.
Automobiles are incredibly complex, electronically controlled transmissions, touchscreen displays, dozens of sensors. You can't fix any of these new features yourself. Don't even try. So when something does break, of course, it costs a fortune. And now is not the time for expensive repairs, of course. That's why we recommend CarShield, affordable protection plans that can save you thousands of dollars for a covered repair, including computers, GPS, electronics, and more. CarShield gives you options others will not. You get to choose your favorite mechanic or dealership. They'll do the work. It's up to you, and CarShield takes care of the rest. You just sit back and relax. 24/7 roadside assistance, that's complimentary, and a rental car while yours is being fixed. CarShield has helped over 1 million customers drive with confidence knowing you've got coverage from America's #1 auto protection provider. For as low as $99 a month, you can protect yourself from surprise and save thousands for a covered auto repair. Call 1-800-CAR-6000 and mention the super secret code TOM, or visit carshield.com and use the code TOM to save 10%. Tom. That's carshield.com. Use the code TOM. A deductible may apply.
Thank you, CarShield. Thank you, Chick McGee. When we come back, you didn't get to have a prom. Well, Saturday night they had one.
They did.
With a bunch of famous people, and it's a pretty cool idea. We'll tell you about it when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us? Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, don't forget the Bob and Tom app is available in your iTunes or Google Play Store. It's free. Just pick it up today. Let your friends and your relatives know The Bob and Tom app is the place to be. You can tune into your local station, listen to Bob and Tom 24/7. You can even access a stream of classic bits on demand with a push of a button. Send us photos, videos, audio messages. You, too, can become a junior win bag. Let Tom know, you got that wrong. Even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear in the morning. Oh, yeah. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Wayne Gretzky, optimistic the NHL will be able to resume at some point this summer. He tells reporters he's hopeful hockey and other sports will be able to come back from the virus and serve as a sign that conditions are improving. The Great One says he believes leaders in the United States and Canada will find a way to bring back hockey and other sports in June, July, and August. William Byron won his second consecutive NASCAR virtual race, holding off Timmy Hill in a drama-free event at the virtual Richmond Raceway. Charles Leclerc has won his second straight Formula One virtual Grand Prix, taking the Chinese GP from the pole position. And players and coaches for Italian soccer team Roma have waived their salary for 4 months following the March shutdown due to the coronavirus. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Do you own a pair of sweatpants?
I hate sweatpants.
Please tell me you have loungewear, like something you don't just wear jeans or something every day, do you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can you imagine Tom in a wife beater?
With a cigarette hanging out
and
of
then
the
a
mouth.
spaghetti sauce stain right there.
And 2 ice cubes of bourbon and a rocks glass.
All right, who left the crayons out?
I said, listen.
We make that video with you in a white beater. Hi!
Oh,
That'll
Tom.
go viral.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Henry, you have brought along your friend Mike McRae,
Yeah.
comedian from Texas.
Yeah,
That's right.
And
it's cool having him around. I'll explain. There's I don't know if you guys are like me, where you get those kind of voices in your head, kind of thing.
Jake does.
You know, but there's like, for me, it's always like there's this real high pitched voice that's like "help me" or whatever, and then there's like this low rumbling voice that's like "come with me to hell" or something. And I used to think there was something wrong with me.
All right.
But then I had a long talk with Mike, and he said he always had the same thing. So,
Oh, sure.
but anyway, I a lot of times will hear voices. Well, I have this sort of tendency to sort of let my mind wander while I'm playing a song, and so this is just sort of a
Imagine that.
This is sort of a little interpretive experimental piece here that Mike and I have been working on. Where
Now, is Mike going to weigh in as one of
I
your
will be
voices?
playing the voice in Henry's head.
yeah, that's why I was hoping if we had reverb or something for Mike's voice, that would be kind of interesting.
Well, his voice is distinctly lower than yours.
Yeah, well, you know, I try to make it sound like Henry's as best I can.
That sounds just like Henry now.
See? That's the problem.
That's scary.
Anyway, this is
It's
just
radio. They don't even know who's talking.
That was Mike.
Anyway, this is just
That's Henry.
This is
Here we go. I'm about to start playing a song.
this is a brand new song, by the way.
Yeah, if by brand new you meant I wrote it like 3 years ago.
Ooh, baby, baby, don't you see it coming?
And I hope they don't realize it's the exact same chord progression as every other song I play.
It's coming down the tracks.
All right, I was supposed to get a laugh on that one.
Ooh, baby, baby, no, I'm not joking.
I wonder if there'll be any chicks at that Bob and Tom thing up there in Austin.
It's coming really fast.
Probably not.
Big train coming and I'm down on my luck.
God, I really want a cigarette right now.
And now it's too late. And then this is kind of the guitar solo part, which I worked out.
Yeah, I love the solos, man. I can sort of let my mind wander and just think about stuff. One homosexual experience doesn't make you gay, does it?
946 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
It certainly is, and thank you very much. Right now, we're doing something. We are trying to buy lunch for some of those great people that are working very hard in this particular situation involving the coronavirus and healthcare workers. So we thought, what if we could buy them lunch? It's a drop in the bucket, but hey, why not?
Mm-hmm.
So we got together with Hughes Culinary, the St. Elmo's, Harry and Izzy's, and Burger Study folks. And we're asking you to buy lunch, and we'll match it, okay? And we also asked our friends at Citizen State Bank to do the same, and they said, sure. So go to Q95.com and click the button and pay up. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here. I look around the room, and I see Chick McGee across the way, full beard. Josh Arnold, 5 o'clock shadow, having shaved most of his beard off. Ace Cosby, clean shaven, as am I. As is Christy Lee.
Yes, sir.
Even your legs?
Yes, I shaved over the weekend.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Big date tonight?
Maybe, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay.
All you can eat, fellas.
You don't want to Fred C. Dobbs, your man.
What does that mean?
Oh, gosh. 5 o'clock. The most famous 5 o'clock shadow in cinema.
Yeah, Fred C. Dobbs, Bogart. What is that? Is that Treasure?
Treasure Sierra Madre.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Sure.
Great movie.
Yes, that is a great movie.
Okay. Pat Godwin. I can see him from the bunker.
Hi, everybody.
I don't know. Let's get another song out of you, Pat. What do you feel like playing? What do you want to do? Want to do one of the classics?
I love last Friday's story about the Pope making that random remark about whiskey, the whiskey being the only real holy water.
No, the story was they were filming a documentary, and the Pope was, I believe he was with some student priests.
Yeah, I believe from Scotland, was it, maybe?
And there was video of the Pope jokingly saying,
yeah, the whiskey is the real, true holy water or something. Yeah.
And then he was asked to. The Pope's people asked the documentary filmmakers from the BBC if they would not use that. Yeah, here the quote is, "Questa è la vera acqua santa," which means this is the real holy water.
Right.
And I guess it got huge laughs.
Oh, sure. When the Pope makes a joke, you laugh. Yeah.
I mean, you're not expecting the Pope to be, throwing bits out there.
No.
Love it.
So you got a song about the Pope?
Well, hold on a second. I have a friend. Don't be shy. It's our Irish stereotype correspondent. Seamus McCanus is here.
Seamus McCanus.
Oh, hello, everybody.
Hey, Seamus.
Hello, Seamus.
I love what the Pope said. He had true grit to say something so funny, but they deleted it from the documentary. But I wrote a song about it, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Whiskey is the only real holy water. Take a shot if you want to be in grace. Oh, but Grace says, no way, for she's the farmer's daughter and the butt of many jokes with horny salesmen in her face. So if you're quarantined, kneeling at your homemade altar, whiskey's the only real holy water with a Bailey's Devil Chaser.
Seamus McCanus, everybody.
Seamus McCanus.
We love you, Seamus.
Seamus McCanus. Thank you, Seamus. Took a weird turn.
They say thank you.
Farmer's daughter joke got in there. So.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's time now to review what we've learned on today's show.
Yes, indeed. Time now for things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you by Grainger. Delivering the products that keep your facility running is what Grainger does best. They've been doing it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We learned that the Rolling Stones lit up the internet when Stones drummer Charlie Watts was just playing air drums during the One World Together at-home virtual performances with the Stones. They did You Can't Always Get What You Want, a great song. And it appeared that Keith and Mick and Ronnie were all playing, but Charlie Watts was just throwing a couple sticks around. So so who knows what was going on there, but a lot of people got a big charge out of it. And Mick was certainly live. His sounds were matching his lips, but a fun moment. If you get a chance, watch it online. Joe Buck will not be doing play-by-play of porno unless he can get Al Michaels, Mike Tirico, and Jim Nantz to do it with him. So I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. Chick says he's not a flasher.
Never have been.
Not sure we
Never been compelled. Huh?
But I'm the only one that wanted to go out on this topic, on this subject. I'm the only one who said I wasn't.
Oh,
I'm not a flasher. Never flashed
you
anybody.
know what? You two were the only ones.
Anybody else want to weigh
even in a private moment?
What do
Oh,
you mean? Don't you have to do it in public, and that makes it a flashing moment?
I don't think
moment?
flashing at
I don't
home
think
is
flashing
considered
your
flashing.
lovers the same thing.
Sure, the towel trick. That classic.
have you seen my towel?
You seen my towel?
Oh,
It's
boy.
hanging there on the
Hanging
big
off
hook.
your
Okay.
wang.
Christy said she ate some yummy papusa.
Yes, I have.
Was it in college?
No.
One drunken
Were you
night.
experimenting?
No.
Papusa sounds like something made out of a baby.
No,
Papusa.
A chick determined that dogs can't eat corn on the cob. I think they could give it a pretty good shot.
Yeah, they don't have
They could
anywhere
try.
to hold the corn.
Let's see now. We learned that cheese nips versus Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its win every time.
Cheez-Its are like 30 years older than Cheese Nips.
Are they really?
Yep.
I don't think I've ever had either one of them.
And Cheez-Its are considered richer
There's
and
a whole
saltier.
world out there of snack crackers that you were missing out on, Tom.
Yeah.
How about you ever have a wheat thin? A Triscuit?
Yes, very good.
Oh,
Josh got a back rub at a Montreal cat house.
What an
Not
idiot.
realizing that there were apparently other things on the menu.
Yeah, could have.
And
Lord.
we will be back tomorrow with more. If you've got any requests, you can get them in any time. And I've got a big stack to go through for tomorrow already, but I'd love to see some more. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
You can find us on Twitter at Bob and Tom, or you can email us at bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Bob. And this is Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Coach. Well, due to coronavirus, our Little League draft has been postponed again.
Yeah.
Little League draft.
I tell my kids, take this time during quarantine to figure out what you're going to be. I'll say there's only two kinds of kids in baseball. The first kind wants to win, knows he's going to win. The second kind of kid knows he's not going to win. He just wants to show up every year and be seen. Then he drops out. He's called Bernie Sanders. You understand?
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Thanks so much for joining us on a Monday here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison. It is Monday, April 20th. Couldn't do it without you. Thanks so much for joining us. We need you here each and every day to laugh along with us as we make it through the stay-at-home orders throughout the country. Looks like things are starting to improve, so kudos to you for making it all work, and kudos to us for being here. We'll be here again tomorrow morning with another edition of the Bob and Tom Show. Ace Cosby up next with the work farce. Tell Ace I said hello.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Honey, if you could stop nagging me for just a minute, there's something I really need to say. Back when we were dating, you had a cute behind, but that was many years ago, and gravity's been unkind. Your breasts were big and perky, I love your double D's. Now when you take your bra off, your boobs hang to